Party Politics, the next being followed by Honey N. Joe said you jumped off handily, has been steadily losing his position. Hedge Hunter with a green cap is racing wide of grease paint. Master Oats in a black and yellow jacket is with those. Bindery and the green and white stars will be slightly worse than mid-division at this stage. So too is Barona. Red Rum is beginning to make progress now in the maroon and yellow silks into midfield as they set out on their final circuit and cross the Reading Road and come to fence 17. So Crisp on the near side of Seabass with Don't Push It right behind him and jumping up well, and Seabass is down there. Over jumped and has gone. Seabass is a faller, leaves Crisp ahead of Don't Push It and Brown Windsor and Docklands Express on the far side as they come to the 18th. A good jump there from Crisp. He landed a couple of lengths ahead. There was a slight mistake from Docklands Express. Still Red Rum is making progress towards the leaders. Grease Paint is just behind him and Master Oats is in that cluster as well as they take the open ditch the 19th, and there's Shakalaka Boom Boom as a faller. He was just beginning to lose his position at the time, and it's Crisp from Don't Push It. They're a couple of fences away from Beechers. Docklands Express on the outside, and then Brown Windsor and Many Clouds. Mr. Snugfit with a pink cap. Grittar is getting a bit closer to them, and then Hedge Hunter and the last Samurai and Party Politics, and Docklands Express is being pulled up quickly before the 21st. Docklands Express out of the race. Another soaring leap there from the leader, Crisp, who landed about 3 lengths ahead of his pursuers. Many Clouds is in second, just moving past Don't Push It, then Brown Windsor, Grittar. Still Red Rum continues to inch ever closer as they come to Beechers for the final time. Fence 22, lands with a 4-length advantage over Many Clouds. Grittar, under 48-year-old Dick Saunders, is making progress, taking third in the hoops of Mauve and White, and then Hedge Hunter on the outside with a green cap as they take the Foyhaven fence for the second time. The smallest one on the course spot, Red Rum, right down towards the rail. He's just behind Party Politics as Crisp leads them towards the canal turn, pursued by Many Clouds, and then Hedge Hunter inches up into third ahead of Grittar. Party Politics is there with Don't Push It. Red Rum is right behind him with West Tip and Comply or Die, and then Verona, and then Cloudy Lane. Behind me is Rough Quest has drifted back into midfield with the last Samurai as they clear out over Valentine's. Garrison, Savannah and Grease Paint with the next two over, followed by Red Alligator. So they're heading now towards the final mile of the Race of Champions, and Crisp has the advantage, but only narrowly now. They're getting closer to him. Party Politics on the near side, Many Clouds on the far side. There's a 3-length break to Don't Push It with a white cap, and then Hedge Hunter, Red Rum and West Tip are racing side by side as they take the 27th. Then there's a break to Verona, who takes a tumbling fall there. He was just about in touch at the time. Grittar has lost his position. Comply or Die is next, some Grease Paint and Garrison, Savannah and Rough Quest and the last Samurai as they take the third last in the Race of Champions. Getting well strung out now. Master Oats looks as though he's had enough. He's toiling at the back of the field, pulling up, and Many Clouds has gone to the front. He goes a couple of lengths clear from Chris. They're being stalked by Hedge Hunter. Red Rum though continues to improve, and he now moves up into fourth ahead of Party Politics as they race for the last half mile. It's the strong travelling Many Clouds, pursued by his owner mate Hedge Hunter with a green cap, who's gone second. The old foes Red Rum and Crisp are now racing side by side in third and fourth as they head towards the second last. Many Clouds from Hedge Hunter, Red Rum, Crisp. This group of four a little way clear to Comply or Die. Grittar rallying under pressure, then Rough Quest beginning to stay on the game under Mick Fitzgerald. Over the second last, Many Clouds, but now Red Rum is drawing up sides, looking menacing as they head towards the final fence of the Race of Champions, and it's Red Rum who comes to tackle Many Clouds. They're 2 lengths ahead of Crisp and Hedge Hunter, and Red Rum jumps into a narrow advantage as they race towards the elbow. Mistaken the final fence from Comply or Die when he was staying on. Many Clouds with Red Rum on the near side continuing to throw down a very strong challenge. Crisp is disputing third with Hedge Hunter, and then Don't Push It, and as they head towards the elbow in the Race of Champions, it's Red Rum. He knows his way home from here. He's gone to the front now from Many Clouds, with Crisp running his usual mighty race in third and Hedge Hunter in fourth. Red Rum having to be driven all out, but he's keeping Many Clouds at bay, and it's Red Rum, a Grand National Champion, who wins again in E3 from Many Clouds and Crisp and Hedge Hunter, with Don't Push It in fifth, and they're followed home by Grittar and Rough Quest, Party Politics, Comply or Die. The stragglers are still coming, and over half the field will complete in the Race of Champions.
Well, it had to be. It had to be, didn't it? It would have been sacrilege if it hadn't been Red Rum. He wins again at entry, many clouds, Hedge Hunter. Oh, you must have been excited with Chris for a while there.
That jockey was far more stylish than him. But the animation is terrific, isn't it?
Every time I watch that, it always astounds me about how engaged I become and how excited I get watching it. It's so funny. You really do get drawn in. But I have to say, the main reason is A, the beautiful animation, but Stuart. I mean, seriously.
Well, I don't want to be picky, and you were good and all that. Mr. Snugfit fell the one before Beach a second time. The good news is that you've got a chance to redeem yourself, Stuart, because the Virtual Grand National 2019, where algorithms can or will predict the winner of this year's race for real, is coming your way right after this. You're watching the Virtual Grand National 2019. We are moments away. So now let's take a check on the full list of runners and riders with Alistair Mann.
So the 40-strong field is headed by Annabelle Fly, 4th last year and 2nd in the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Last year's winner Tiger Roll is well fancied to repeat his 2018 success. Pleasant Company pushed Tiger Roll all the way to the line last year to finish 2nd, while Rathvinden won at the Cheltenham Festival last season and has the stamina necessary to make an impact. Regal Encore has got successfully round Aintree before, while Jury Duty is one of a contingent of Gordon Elliott trained runners who will always have a chance. There are 2 female jockeys in the race, one of whom is Lizzie Kelly on T for 2. Maldini could be competitive, having been successful over hurdles at Cheltenham, while Via Leon Rouge and Valsalido are familiar Aintree competitors.
So there you have it then, the likeliest 40 runners and riders for the 2019 Randox Health Grand National. Now, of course, always horses can withdraw at the last minute, might be replaced by reserves, but we have to make a cut-off. So this, as things stand, is the likeliest field, and the going, well, we're pretty sure it will be good to soft. So that's what we've loaded up into our computer, and here goes for the 2019 Virtual Grand National. While the computer deals in the stats and analytics, what it can't do is feel the turf, the excitement and the energy of being at the Grand National. And that's why we've gathered together an esteemed panel of racing experts, including an acclaimed racing journalist and 3 Grand National winners.
Do you, as a jockey, can you hear at the start there's a huge roar that goes up? Do you hear that?
When you walk under that grandstand, the buzz, and then it's like an amphitheatre. It really is, and certainly when the flag goes down that wall.
They're sent on their way, Grand National Fee on the way to a first timer.
It's spine-tingling stuff.
Their Grand National successes may have been 28 years apart, but both Liam Treadwell and Bob Champion can reflect on similar stories of glory against the odds, and both know exactly what's required to master the most demanding 30 fences in the sport.
You know, one that wears heart on his sleeve, you find lovely ribbon jumping, ain't nothing flamboyant. 1, he's got to be a good jumper. 2, you've got to get him into a nice rhythm. And I feel national horses have all got to have speed.
Look at Tiger Roll, he's had a fantastic year. He looks so special, doesn't he?
When he jumped the last, he was going to win 10 lengths. He was going ahead.
As Lucinda Russell looks out over Aintree, she will always reflect on the 3-year journey she took with her horse One for Arthur, which finally concluded in their 2017 national success.
All the horses have to have a bit of scope, they have to move very well, be athletic, and above all have the right temperament and have the right heart. And I think that's what we got with One for Arthur. He's a true competitor and he loves his racing. And it's not everyone takes the mickey out of me, but when our horse One for Arthur jumped the Canal Turn, I thought he had a great chance of winning. But in truth, he was in about 15th, 16th place at that time. But you just know that the way that they're going, you know your own horse.
Lydia Hislop first became obsessed with the Grand National as a little girl.
I used to record the National every year, and I used to buy these little model horses and recreate the Grand National, what had happened that year, using these little model horses.
A hugely respected racing correspondent, Hislop's observations on Aintree are now compelling. Her detailed form guides and encyclopedic knowledge of every runner and rider are simply unparalleled.
If they're going to win the race, I think you want them to be relatively fresh into chasing, so second or third season chasers, and horses that are on the improve or at least holding their form. I also wonder about jury duty of one of Gordon Elliott's 50 million in the race. And this horse actually won the Grand National Hurdle Stakes in America, so we know that he's got a great temperament, you know, can go to a different country and deliver, so he should be able to deal with that element of it.
We've got a loaded panel here. We've got former winners, trainers, someone who's been watching the National for longer than I care to mention, and we've got a computer all pitting their wits to try and come out with the answer to the ultimate question. I'm going to see if we can try and go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Tiger Roll coming into the race better than ever, followed by Mr. Hemmings for, you know, a second or third Vintage Clouds, and Lakeview Lad, of course, not sure in what order, but followed by, I will go for Step Back for the small but very knowledgeable team of the Bradstocks.
Okay, I'm going to go first Jury Duty, second Lakeview Lad, third My Outsider, Magic of Lights, and fourth Walk in the Mill. I don't doubt that there will be a much more familiar name that actually hits the first four, but I feel like one of those might actually win.
Rock the Casbah.
Okay.
Pleasant Company.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, he's still gone better in, isn't he? Then Tiger Roll, I think will be third, and I think Black Lion will be fourth.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, Tiger Roll. Okay. As number 1. 1 for Arthur.
Yeah,
Rathfinder, very fresh horse, coming into it well. And Lakeview Lad, he's an improving horse, and should be on everyone's shortlist.
Could Tiger Roll do it again, or will Rock the Casbah or Jury Duty be first over the line in 2019? So that's what our esteemed panel of experts think. Find out what my experts, Richard Pittman and Alice Plunkett, feel about this year's race when you rejoin us in a moment.
Oh God.
Now we're joined by Dominic Robinson, who's been struggling to go the distance at work this afternoon. To relieve the boredom, he's placed an each-way bet here at Newbury on Cupid's Dart in the 230.
Never a good idea.
Dominic, how does it feel to flush your hard-earned money straight down the pan?
So, hang on, catch up. It's to do with horses, it's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I've got no idea.
It's national and it's grand.
Sorry, I still don't know, I've no idea.
Really?
It's the Grand National, isn't it?
The race everyone's talking about. The Randox Health Grand National Festival continues today at 2 on ITV.
Not long now till the moment you've all been waiting for, so time to work out what we think is going to win the Grand National. Not just the virtual Grand National, the real thing. Richard, I'll start with you. You had a good look at this. Huge portion of the field come from Ireland. Are they going to supply the winner again?
Probably 1, 2 and 3, maybe 4 as well. But Tiger Roll, I'd love to see him win because he's small, he is a little tiger, back to back, first one since Red Rum to do it, it'd be marvellous. But he's short price. The horse that was only a short head behind him, Pleasant Company, is 20s and plus. I mean, why should he not be in their vie for favouritism? But just a few little back bits. Step Back. He's a horse that ties up as a terrier, he gets stiff. He's trained from the field, not from the stable. And then we've got Minella Rocco of John Joe's, has been down to Zara Tyndall's to freshen him up, So lots of different ways to train these horses. But no, I'd like to see Tiger Roll win it for history. Pleasant Company is my selection.
Pleasant Company, last year's runner-up to go one better. Al, what about you?
On the Tiger Roll all the way, but Rock the Casbah is a real favourite of mine. Dickie Johnson, it's his 21st time at having a go at winning
And do you remember when Tony McCoy won this on his, whatever it was, 15th or 16th attempt, and everyone couldn't believe he won it? This is Richard Johnson, the champion jockey now. No one's making a fuss about him.
I cannot believe no one's making a fuss about it. He's the most extraordinary guy. He's the best ambassador for this sport. He has had a pretty tough season in terms of falls and injury. He had a shocking book of rides at the Cheltenham Festival. I think at last it looks to me like he's got the sort of horse that could give him that win. He's been second here a couple of times. Of course he can ride around here. I don't believe any of that. So I really hope for him and for Philip Hobbs. I think Rock the Casbah would be a great story. But there's some wonderful stories in there. Have we got time to even mention it?
Definitely.
Well, I love the story around Walking the Mill. So this is a horse that's owned by a wonderful lady called Dido Harding, who's done an awful lot for racing in all sorts of different ways. So
she's also run Tesco's and the NHS at the time as well. So she's a woman of many talents.
She's a great realist, and she rang her trainer Rob Wolford, and she said she's been very loyal to him. Trains a small team basically. And she said, look, most racehorses aren't very good. So if you're going to buy me a racehorse, I want it to be a nice person, so I can have it home to hack with my kids when it's time. So he rings his agent in France and says, I need a nice horse, just needs to be good. He says, well, I've seen just the one, because this trainer in France has been cycling down through the village and he leads this horse off it, so it must be really sweet. It's perfect, brilliant, send it over. A month later the agent rings the trainer, says, how's it all going? He says, this is a complete maniac. And he goes, well, hang on, what? I've just discovered that they were leaving off the bike because they couldn't get on it. Anyway, it might not end up being a hack, but it could end up winning the biggest race in the world, the Grand National. It's got great form. He's been a monkey in his time, but they got him on track and he really could do it.
Nick, what is very interesting is that, we study the form inside out, midnight, oil burning, but names are so important. Pair of brown eyes. Something as simple as that. People will back it because of its name. And what about Live, Love, Laugh?
Well, that's you, isn't it? I mean, that is you all over. And what about, you talk about Step Back, he's a fantastic little jumper, but Nico de Boinville, he's won Gold Cups, he won Champion Chases. He has never got past the first fence in the Grand National. And he is really excited about this little horse. He thinks it's got a massive chance.
And what's he had, 3-4 goes in the past?
He's had 3 goes and he's sat at the back of the first fence every single time. And he's one of the most talented riders on the circuit.
And Step Back has got a serious chance. Ruby Walsh has won this race twice. He won it on Papillon all the way back in 2000, and he's also won it on Hedge Hunter in 2005. I think he might win it again if he rides Rath Vinden, one of several in the race for trainer Willie Mullins. But now is the moment we've all been waiting for. And for this, we bring in, frankly, the only man for the job. There are many great race callers in this country, but I defy you to find another one who can call 40 computerised horses off a screen about this big in one take, and, as he did last year, get the word inexorable into his commentary. Here he is, Mr. Stuart Machin.
So here we go for the Virtual Grand National of 2019. The full field of 40 with 30 fences in front of them. Lots of maroon and white to keep an eye on this time with all the Jiggins Town runners. And of course Folsom Blue, horse number 39. And they're off. A couple of greys in the race to keep an eye on for Trevor Hemmings at Lakeview Lad and Vintage Clouds, and Ramsey Deteye, he's another grey, he's towards the rear at this stage in the maroon and yellow. One of 2 runners in the race for David Pipe. Now Lizzie Kelly's got T for 2 in the orange jacket, handy. Also up amongst the leaders, we've got several of the Jigginstown contingents, including Tiger Roll, last year's winner, who's prominent, Walking the Mill towards the near side as they go out over the first, and at the first, Ultra Gold is a faller. So Ultra Gold is the first faller of the Virtual National. Now Jacob McManus has got 3 runners in the race. Manila Rocco is prominent, Reader Encore, and Annabelle Fly, of course, carries the first colours, the white cap. Magic of Light, meanwhile, in a green and yellow jacket, is racing towards midfield as they come to the third, which is the big open ditch. And at the third, Valtor is a faller there. Blow by Blow has also gone at the third, and Magic of Light has unseated. So there are 3 of them out of the race at the big open ditch fence 3. Pleasant Company, last year's runner-up, is going up just behind the leaders of the yellow sleeves, with Vieux Lion Rouge tracking the leaders as well, and Tiger Roll is right there as they head on towards the fence before Beeches. So the leaders go over it safely. Manila Rocco and Tiger Roll and Vieux Lion Rouge and Pleasant Company and Valsalido. Lakeview Lad towards the far side. Go Conquer is just in behind them. Tifa 2 is still prominent. Then Blow by Blow and Montbeg Notorious as they take Beeches for the first time. The leaders are over it, and they've all gone streaming out over Beeches safely, with Jury Duty towards the outer in the maroon and blue, heading up to join the leading cluster as they take the smallest fence on the course, Foynaven the 7th, and again all the leaders safe and sound there. Manila Rocco with just in behind them Tiger Roll and Pleasant Company and Jury Duty and Lakeview Lad and Vintage Cloud. Ramses Deteye is back in midfield. Go Conquer's just in behind the leaders. Slight mistake there in the canal turn from Tifa 2 is being tracked by Step Back as they go towards Valentine's. Just ahead Manila Rocco there. Good job though from Pleasant Company with the yellow sleeves, who came right alongside the leaders, and they're now almost 5 abreast as they make the run back towards the racecourse proper and the next fence, the 10th. And again, leaders safe there. Slight mistake from Vieux Lion Rouge, who's riding behind him in the red and green jacket. Meanwhile, Pair of Brown Eyes in the blue and white is in midfield. Former winner One for Arthur is also back towards the mid-division as they take the big open ditch. Rather over-jumping there, if anything. Pleasant Company, who nodded on landing. Up for Review made a mistake at that one. Single Farm Payment was a faller there towards the rear of the field. Marla Beach and Warrior's Tale have also gone out of the race, and Sandy Mount Duke was another faller at that 11th fence. Meanwhile, the leaders take the 13th. Pleasant Company being joined towards the outside by the grey Vintage Cloud. Go Conquer in the blue and yellow is right there with Manila Rocco and then Tiger Roll. Vieux Lion Rouge just behind the leaders as they make the run on towards the 2 fences before they get to the chair. Jury Duty with a white face not far off and tracked by One for Arthur, and then Tifa 2 the orange jacket. Pair of Brown Eyes and is about 9th or 10th position at this stage in the blue and white, only about 6 lengths off the lead as Vintage Clouds the grey takes a nano advantage from Pleasant Company and Go Conquer. Tiger Roll, Vieux Lion Rouge, Jury Duty towards the outside, it's still prominent. Tifa 2 is the next one over. Back towards midfield, Ballyoptic jumped that quite well. Champion jockey Richard Johnson in the shades of blue is about 2/3 of the way back on Rock the Casbah. Ramses Deteye the grey has made a bit of progress on that one, and out over fence 14. Outlander has gone there, Noble Endeavour has gone, and Atois Phil is another one out of the race. Jigginstown being depleted slightly as they come to the chair. Fence 15, 5, 6 almost in a line as they go streaming out over the chair, which the leaders have taken safely. But Pair of Brown Eyes seated at the chair, we're just beginning to make progress. Over the water they go at the halfway point in the virtual national, and it's Vintage Clouds who will set out on the second circle, almost in a line with the likes of Pleasant Company and Go Conquer and Jury Duty and Tiger Roll and Vieux Lion Rouge and Manila Rocco. Tifa 2 in the orange jacket and Valsalido and Walk in the Middle. Just a little bit of jostling for position there as they head towards the Melling Road. Step Back is in midfield with One for Arthur and Rathvinder beginning to make some progress. Blue and white jacket, red cap now creeping closer. He's racing just in advance of Bless the Wings as they head across the Melling Road and move on there towards fence 17. Jury Duty on the far side towards the near side. Vieux Lion Rouge. Go Conquer in the blue and yellow with the striped sleeves. Pleasant Company and Tifa 2 Walk in the Mill. Manila Rocco, Vintage Clouds has lost his prominent position. He'd still be no more than 4 lengths off the leaders, however, as they come to fence 18, another plain one before the ditch, and Jury Duty jumping really boldly out in front, just beginning to string the field out a little as they come towards the 19th. Jury Duty then out wide, being followed there by Annabelle Fly with a white cap who's making progress and Walk in the Middle. The 19th. Ramses Deteye made a bit of a mistake, so they come towards the next 2 fences before they get to Beeches for the final time. Jury Duty just ahead. Last year's runner-up Pleasant Company though has jumped up well. Go Conquer on the near near side. Then Vieux-Lyon Rouge. General Principles have fallen there at the 20th fence. He wasn't really in the race at the time. T for 2 is right behind him as they take the fence before Beechers. Rathvinden is still continuing to make headway, and he's now in about 10th position, just right of shot as they rake the run down towards Beechers. Pleasant Company, Go Conquer, Annabelle Fly on the far side. Jury Duty now just drifting back into 4th. The Grey Vintage Clouds with T for 2, Manila Rocco. Tiger Roll of Vieux-Lyon Rouge not far behind the leaders with Valsalido as the leaders stream out over Beechers. Rathvinden has got himself within about 6 lengths of the leaders as they come to the 23rd. Foynehaven, Go Conquer on the near side of Pleasant Company with Vintage Clouds and Annabelle Fly right behind him, and then T for 2. Vieux-Lyon Rouge and Valsalido, Manila Rocco, Jury Duty and Tiger Roll and Rathvinden, and then Ramses de Teo as they take the canal turn for the second time, the 24th. A leading group of 4 were coming there only 3 lengths or so on landing out over that one, and now they come to Valentine's for their final time. Pleasant Company rejoined by Vintage Clouds, right behind the leaders Go Conquer. At this stage Ballyoptic is towards the rear of the field. Amongst those, Henry are still going with Regal Encore and Maldini as they make the run now towards the final mile of the Virtual National, and down there on the inside, well, a bad mistake by Folsom Blue went, and Love Laugh was also out of the race at the 26th. So approaching fence 27, Vintage Clouds jumping on there from Vieux-Lyon Rouge, with just behind the leaders up for review of order, and T for 2 has gone out of the race there as well. Pleasant Company has just lost 1 or 2 positions as they head out over the 3rd last. And up ahead, Vintage Clouds with the advantage from the white-faced Annabelle Fly, who's taken 2nd. Vieux-Lyon Rouge in 3rd. Rathvinden, though, with the red cap, continuing to edge ever closer, menacingly closer, up into 4th now, just inching past Vieux-Lyon Rouge. Jury Duty's in touch. Tiger Roll is behind these last year's winner as they make the run back towards home, the long gallop towards the second last. It's Vintage Clouds with Go Conquer running a huge race in 2nd. Annabelle Flies in 3rd, and then Rathvinden, who continues to stalk them as they close in on fence 29. Vintage Clouds being pressured by Go Conquer. Rathvinden now moving up to take 3rd from Annabelle Fly. Jury Duty and Tiger Roll behind him, and over the second last. Go Conquer is a faller. We're still holding every chance. Go Conquer crashes out, leaves Vintage Clouds in front of the last. Rathvinden only a couple lengths away. Then Jury Duty followed by Tiger Roll and Annabelle Fly. This group of 5 are clear, and they're racing now towards the elbow of the Virtual National, and Rathvinden strikes the front. Irish eyes already smiling in the stands as the Willie Mullins trained Rathvinden storms into a 3-length lead, but looking behind us, Tiger Roll, last year's winner, begins to stay on very sadly. Jury Duty has taken 3rd, and Annabelle Fly is in 4th. Rathvinden with Tiger Roll edging ever closer. Rathvinden is clinging on tenaciously, and Rathvinden wins the Virtual National, and behind Tiger Roll, Jury Duty in 3rd. Annabelle Fly completing a clean sweep for Ireland, filling out 4th. The best of the English Vintage Clouds, then Pleasant Company, Dudacos, Ramses de Teo, and still coming in with the likes of Monbeg, Notorious, and the Stragglers.
Well. If the real thing is half as exciting as that, we are in for a treat. So Alice Plunkett on my left with physically cheering Tiger Roll on.
Come on, the Tiger!
But the virtual Tiger Roll is not quite as plucky as his real-life equivalent, and gave best to Rathvinden, who is the winner, number 13. Amazing how I can pick the winner of the virtual race. I'm not sure I'll be able to do the real thing. I genuinely have not. Stuart Machin is my witness. I have not had a previous sneak. Willie Mullins, and we assume Ruby Walsh again for another Grand National. Jury Duty 3rd, the best of the Elliott horses, and Annabelle Fly 4th for the 2nd consecutive year, the Gold Cup runner-up.
Have you seen the market crash?
It's not a crazy outcome. This could easily happen.
Absolutely. And Jury Duty, I saw him win in America this year. He won £450,000, the Grand National over there.
So it's entirely feasible. And entirely feasible that there's Irish domination as well.
Completely, they had so many runners this year. I mean, Willie Mullins, Gordon, Gordon's got 13, Willie's got 5, Kelly's got 1. There's such a strength and depth in terms of the Irish runners. I think that Rathvinden would be a great result. I don't think it would be the romantic result that we would be.
It's not going to make your hanky moist, is it?
Well, everything makes me cry, but I think that's not the one that's going to really be the one that would. I think we need Tiger Roll to edge in front for the real front page.
But Nick, do you know what was different about the animation this year? A horse is making mistakes and jockeys going up their necks. Pleasant surprises. Jockey several times went up the neck and recovered his posture.
I think Annabelle Fly could run a massive race. I mean, we saw the form of the Gold Cup, second in a Gold Cup. Nobody knows his way around here, fourth last year. That I'm sure is a good each way bet.
But the winner of this year's Virtual Grand National is Rathvinden for Willie Mullins, and it's worth noting how we've done the last couple of years. You'll remember 2 years ago, Cause of Causes won the virtual race, went on to finish an excellent second, and we know what happened last year. Tiger Roll did the double. So, is it just luck, or is there a bit of judgment in there as well?
No, that is a very possible definite.
We'll find out.
That's a great line. I don't know.
Whether the second horse in as many years can do the double-double, if you like, Rathvinden winning the Virtual Grand National. Richard, thank you very much. I don't need to say enjoy this weekend, because it's everything to you.
It's trying to contain it, isn't it?
We don't want to contain it. We never want to contain your reviews, nor yours, Alice. Alice will be part of the ITV racing team. ITV will be with you. Their BAFTA award-winning coverage from 2 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. And fingers crossed, if the virtual gods will allow us, our holograms will be back here in these seats next year, with our sincere thanks to Richard, to Alice, and particularly to our ace race caller, Stuart Machin, who will be calling the real thing for all the crowd here at Entry. We bid you farewell and good luck, whichever horse you back.
Ant and Dec are back. The wait is almost over as we begin a brand new series of Britain's Got Talent at 7:15 tonight. Next, they're on ITV with coverage of all the day's races ahead of the big one later. We're live from Aintree at the Grand National Festival.
That's got it. Right, Maxine, show me some jackpot joy winners.
Ordering nose hair trimmers.
What? No.
Microwaving dinner.
No.
Lowering dimmer.
Awful. Jackpot joy.
Showing jackpot joy winners.
Finally. Do you know there's a winner every minute on Jackpot Joy? So come on, grab full by the ball.
Turning on all kitchen tools.
And give up.
There's a winner every minute on Jackpot Joy.
At 7:15, followed by The Voice live final at 8:40 on ITV. It's the big race day and the one we've all been waiting for. Will hot favourite Tiger Roll make it past the winning post first? We'll find out later after live coverage of the rest of the day's races now on ITV. We're in Aintree at the Grand National Festival.
William Hill sponsors coverage of ITV racing.
Just S-T-A Alpha R routine up starting end of now.
And the rider starters orders. What's the race carrying prospect here?
Why is it on that?
He needs to jump on his line.
Pride upon our streets.
From sporting legends to the world's best beats.
Duckers and rockers. You name it, we've got it. And we do it in style.
A city divided by colour. Red and blue. The People's Club. The People's Race. A place that creates legends.
John Lennon, no Shankly, of course.
We are privileged to play for you.
Dixie Day, John Conte.
Red Rum, the King.
I used to run and train on the sands on Ainsdale. And what I used to see was Red Rum being trained just in the water where the water was meeting the beach. Fantastic memories.
The Grand National is the biggest race in the whole world. The city stops, the world watches Liverpool.
The size of the fences, so tough, so hard, so frightening. Memories of Phil Hagan winning in 1967 100-1 against Surrey House.
Wembley House. The emotion on my face was glowing.
Let's go, girls.
I remember all the great favourites underneath me. A fighting spirit. Liverpool is my home. The Grand National is all our race.
And just outside Liverpool, this is where the greatest ancient hero of them all was trained. Not in a swanky countryside establishment, but here on the Upper Orton Road. And he lived in a stable behind McCain's car showroom. Red Rum.
Another horse on an incredible journey. Today we're going to find out if Tiger Roll can become the first horse since Red Rum to win back-to-back Grand Nationals.
As a child, I always wanted to recreate Grand National.
Wow, what are you doing?
It's always been a bit special, a bit different.
The latest chapter of Grand National history.
I can't hear you at the moment. Come on, man, 10 minutes. Like, really, you have to say, yeah.
For the second last.
Come on, man, then. Why are you drinking your tea?
But then, there was something.
Alright,
Tiger Roll!
Push on,
Place in history! Present company's coming back! Tiger Roll! Hanging on!
You gave me a massive. This is the moment any jockey in the sport would have dreamt of.
So at 5:15, Tiger Roll has a shot at history. These are the runners and riders for the ultimate horse race, the 2019 Randox Health Grand National. Top weight is Annabelle Fly, who was fourth last year, now ridden by Mark Walsh. Best wishes from us all to Barry Geraghty, who broke his leg yesterday. 2 is Baltor, who could give Nicky Henderson his first national. Tiger Roll, a household name now, the defending champion, currently 5-1. New colours and new owners for Outlander and Don Polly, who both sold for big money on Thursday. Go Conquer goes for Team Twiston Davis. Marla Beach is one of a record 11 for Gordon Elliott. Manila Rocco's finished second in the Gold Cup. Lakeview Lad, owned by Trevor Hemmings, would give him a record 4th Grand National. Pleasant Company was second last year.
Number 11 Valley Optic is looking to give trainer Nigel Twiston Davis a 3rd winner of the Grand National. Rath Vinden is the choice of Ruby Walsh. 2017 winner One for Arthur is back for more glory. Brought the Casbah gives Richard Johnson a record 21st ride in the race. Jonathan Burke comes into the ride on Regal Encore. Magic of Light is the only mare in the field and the first national experience for both trainer and jockey. Actoire Phil will be popular with the Phils out there.
Monbeko Tourist might be popular with Duran Duran fans. 24 is Lizzie Kelly looking for history on T for 2. Golfers will be backing Just a Par. Step Back will be popular for the Bradstocks. Single Farm Payments, number 30. One for Brexiteers?
Ooh, perhaps number 31, Vieux Lion Rouge has jumped 153 Grand National fences in his career without falling. Valsa Lido gives Rachel Blackmore her 2nd national ride. Vintage Clouds gets in this year. 35 is one for the Romantics. And Baroness Harding has an exciting runner with Walk in the Mill. The name Captain Redbeard is bound to be a popular choice. And 14-year-old Bless the Wings will be the 2nd oldest horse ever to win a national. And in at number 40, Scottish Grand National winner Joe Farrell, who's been the subject of a good gamble this week.
Those are the players. How about this for a stage? We're all set for a celebration of our great sport and the bravest of participants. It's also a monster betting race, the Grand National. Brian Gleeson, who are the punters backing?
Oh,
Grand National Day especially. 250 million plus will be bet on the world's greatest jump race. 40 runners, 18 trained in England, 18 trained in Ireland, 2 of course, 3 up in Scotland, and 1 down in Wales, of course, Joe Farrell. Who was our favourite? Tiger Roll is best price 11-2, generally a 5-1 shot in the betting village this morning, with William Hill in Wolverhampton, a punter went in with £10,000 at 9-2. Atwa Phil, one of course of 11 runners for Gordon Elliott, 2,500 each way. Atwa Phil at 80-1, and here just a few moments ago, back here on the rails, I will be showing you throughout the programme, Star Sports, one significant punter who knows the time of day, shall we put it, had 20,000 sterling on Annabelle Fly at 14-1 to win 280,000. He didn't even back the place bet. 20,000 win. Everybody has an opinion on the Grand National, and I found a young man from Buckinghamshire. What wins the National, Kerry?
Perseverance with stamina and power.
And what will win it? The name of the horse?
Oh, Tiger Roll.
Tiger Roll. Everybody has eyes on the tiger.
Good lad. This is a great sporting occasion, isn't it? In glorious sunshine. Aintree bathed in sunshine, and we're in the company of Brascott. Sir Anthony McCoy and Bryony Frost with a broken collarbone. Now, Bryony, the highs and lows of this sport. The high of the Grade 1 win at the Cheltenham Festival. 12 months ago, you were 5th in the Grand National. Now this, what are your emotions like today?
Well, we all have one heart, but mine's definitely split down the middle today. One side's bleeding, the other heart's beating very hard. But look, it's racing. It's what you've got to go for. You've got to be patient. I'll make up for lost time when I'm back, and it's fit and it's healthy. But it's a completely different look for me today. I'm totally out of my comfort zone. I'm normally in there with my breeches and boots on, like last year, having my cup of tea and thinking about might as well getting out there.
Well, we're thrilled to have you joining us today, Brian. But AP, Brian, everyone, we all grew up watching this iconic horse race, and at 5:15 this afternoon, people up and down the land are going to stop what they're doing to watch this race, even if it's the only race they watch all year. What is it about this race that captures the imagination, Ralph?
I think it's because with 40 runners, 4.25 miles, 30 fences, anything can happen, and it usually does. And basically, it's a race where everyone at home can have an opinion, everyone here has an opinion, and that's what makes it the most watched race in the world and one of the most popular sporting events on the planet.
And when you're watching as a viewer, AP, there's like the sense of heart-clutching expectation as those 40 horses line up on the start line, about to thunder towards that first fence. What is it like as a jockey?
Look, it's the unpredictability of it. It's the lottery element you have that everyone goes out to the Grand National thinking you have a chance. And from a jockey's point of view, publicly and globally, this is the biggest stage for a jockey. So, I used to get, not very many races I get nervous at the start of, but I get nervous at the start of the Grand National because obviously it's the one race that you really, really want to win as a jockey.
I think that's going to change your life. Is the Grand National going to change your life? There'll be sweepstakes going up and down the land. Who are you backing at home? Let's help them. Bruh, who's going to win the National?
Step back. Little Rocco.
The little guy, Tiger Roll.
Yeah, we all agree. Joe Farrell, for me, what about you?
A heart, Tiger Roll, the one at Rathbinden. Let's find out about the rest of the team. Starting behind me in the sunshine, Alice Plunkett and Luke Harvey.
Well, I believe it's Tigers to lose, and I can't wait to show you all Tiger in the paddock, the pint-sized champion, who I think is going to win back-to-back nationals. Luke?
I'm absolutely bounced. I was so excited. I was lucky enough to ride in the Grand National a couple of times, albeit briefly, and it's just a race I'm really buzzing about. Vintage Clouds has come from a stable that's won the race before. He ran a blinder at Cheltenham last time. I think he will win. Let's find out what Rishi Prasad fancies.
I quite like Ramses Dete, Luke. He is a 7-year-old. The last 7-year-old to win this race was Bob Scar back in 1940, but I'm not worried about history. Ollie, what about you?
with Bruff, step back for me for the Bradstocks and jockey Nico de Bomber. I think he's got an outstanding chance if he can get into a good rhythm.
Grand National winning jockey, Mick Fitzgerald, what do you like?
I like Rathbinden. He's got a really good profile. A trainer who's won it before. Jockey, he's won it twice before in Ruby Watch. Rathbinden for me.
Rathbinden for you. And now to the man with his finger on the Irish pulse, Brian Gleeson.
Thank you, I want Tiger Roll to win for the All-Man Davy Russell and emulate the mighty Red Rum and win back-to-back
Grand Nationals, but the word on the Bush Telegraph is that Mullins and Walsh are quietly confident about Rathvinden. Richard Hoyles, who do you think will be calling home in the National?
I hope it'll be noble endeavour, Brian. I had my eye on him for a little while. I think he's had a quiet season with this in mind. Hopefully he can spring to life this afternoon and gallop to Aintree glory. Let's check out what Matt thinks down in the social stable.
I'm going to go for vintage clouds like many others of the team. Trevor Hemmings looking for that fourth. I've just spoken to Trevor Hemmings. He is absolutely buzzing, although keeping one eye on Preston North. Then Chris Hughes, of course, international celebrity with me. Chris, who do you fancy?
Manana Rocco for me. I've got to stay loyal to the locals. Manana Rocco, 50 to 1, far too overpriced. The ground will not necessarily suit, but he's an out-and-out Grand National, so that'll be my selection.
Mate, do I have to continue calling you Chris Hughes official, or can I just drop
Chris Hughes is fun.
Okay, just Chris Hughes. Chris says he's big enough now that he can just be Chris Hughes.
It's going to be a lively afternoon. It's fast and furious. Here's the action on the track. We start with Grade 1 action, the novice hurdlers. 2 Grade 1s follow that. A handicap chase before the big one. It all builds to the Randox Health Grand National. Our build-up will start at 4:30. I know you will be with us. Poor old Barry Geraghty, we've talked about, means changes to the jockeys today. You know about the Grand National ones. Also a change in the 340 staying hurdle with You Know What I Mean Harry, now written by Mark Walsh.
And it's a big day for the iconic ITV7. I'm sure memories will come flooding back for parents, grandparents, great-grandparents. There's £100,000 to be won today. It's easy and it's free to enter. To get involved, just download our ITV Racing app or go to the website and pick your 7 winners. Pretty easy, just 7 winners to be picked from today's races. And there is the list. Make sure you enter before our first live race, which is at 2:25.
And Jessica, our day started with a handicap hurdle over 3 miles. It's the Gaskell's handicap hurdle, and what a race this was. The trainer, Dan Skelton. Familiar colours winning the race, John Hales. Remember the Grand National winner, Neptune Collonge. We saw Politolo yesterday. This was Oh Petit Swan, winning in those famous colours for the Skelton boys, and Dan Skelton second with Tommy Rapper as well. 11 to 1 the winner.
Now, I feel terrible, Ed, because yesterday I did a link to Richard Hoyles and I said he was friendless, I said he was dateless. So I sent a little friend for him to keep him company today, who hopefully we won't meet now as he tells us the runners and riders for the first race.
Yeah, look at that. There you go. My little assistant for the day. Thank you very much, Francesca. That is very much appreciated. It's Billy and Dickie No Mates up here today for the tour around the Grand National course. We're going to show you exactly where they will be going a little bit later on, both here and on the Marvin course, which is where we begin our coverage the course of the afternoon. Now, they're two very, very different tracks. They're both based here at Aintree, which has gone such a transformation in the last 30 years or so. Big footprint for the Grand National. Down to Beechersbrook, Canal Turn, Valentine's, the chair, and then we do it all again, taking 30 fences as they miss out the chair on the second circuit and make their way up the elbow. The Mildbay course for our early races, much sharper. You can see it moves inside the national course. It is round about 1.5 miles in circumference. Some good quality supporting races. Grade 1, the highest level at which we race, and that's the Grade 1 we have kicking off for you, the Betway Mersey Novices Hurdle. 2.5 miles and 11 flights. Number 1 is Angel's Breath for Nico de Boyville. 2, Brewing Up a Storm, bidding to give Ollie Murphy a first Grade 1. 3 is Chosen One. He's in the saddle. 4 is Colonel Custard, Matt Griffiths, and 5, Cakeson, right where Sean Bowen looking for a first Grade 1 winner. 6 is One for Rosie, Sam Twiston Davis, poised on 99 for the season. 7, Reserve Tank for Robbie Power. 8, The Big Bite, Kieran Gethings, also with a big white face. And number 9, Umbregados, Unit Warren Pipe, United again. And that rounds off the 9-strong field. Just to mention the going, it has dried out on all courses. Good to soft in places. Dry wind yesterday, sunshine today. However, in the betting ring, it will be just as manic as it's been earlier in the week.
Oh yes, this betting ring will be frenetic as they count up to the National at 5:15. What will win this race? We see Choice of Bookmakers, Star Sports, Ladbrokes 3-1, Roll Up the Storm, although he's 7-2, with Eastwood's Jamie will move left. Angel's Breath for Nicky Henderson, 3-1 shot, 7-2 Roll Up the Storm. 1 for Rosie, 11-2. Cateson was as big as 11-1 this morning. That's number 5 in your paper. Now into 6-1 and 7-1 bar Angel's Breath. Big reputation, slightly dented at Cheltenham on a retrieving mission. Marginally favoured ahead of Brewing Up a Storm. 7-2.
Well, we thought we'd pick up with Brewing Up a Storm because he's the horse that comes in with a big reputation. He's not favourite, he's trained by Ollie Murphy. He's got a little light framed horse, but the team have done a great job in turning him out. You know, to picture. I want to get back for you to have a look at this horse, Kettle Custard. Trained by the Martin team up on Exmoor. They only have a very small team of horses, but they do so well with them. And he's really well named, isn't he? Look at him, bright-eyed. He's got the colours of his owners on the brow bands. Gorgeous chest horse, looks really, really well, and their horses often run well at a very big price. Here's number 5, Cateson. This is one, again, that has the great scope. We've talked about this over the last couple of days. They walk horses, want to see them look like athletes, and this one has the most fantastic walk. Pick of the paddock for me, team.
Grand National Day at Aintree. A national treasure. Such a feel-good factor in the Aintree sunshine, and this is a day to celebrate the joys of national hunt racing.
My name is Richard Johnson and I ride off Casbah at the Grand National. He's been training for the race and he's fresh and well.
William Hill sponsors coverage of ITV Racing. William Hill sponsors coverage of ITV Racing.
Robbie Power, I ride Jury Duty in the Randall Grand National. He won the American Grand National back in the autumn. He's got a fantastic chance.
Well, we've had a bit of everything this week, haven't we? Grand National Thursday had us all running for cover. We had fun on Ladies' Day. We had a bit of warm-up packs over the Grand National fences. Tabitha won the Fox Hunters. Paul Townend won the Topham. But today, it's the big one. It's the real thing. It's Grand National Day. Now let's head out and find Luke.
Well, this is Cateson, Sean Byrne, just being legged up into the saddle by that one's trainer Tom Lacey, who I shall quickly go and grab a word with. Tom, he's had a really good season. How would he run today?
Oh, we're really hopeful, you know. He's didn't run at Cheltenham, so he's a fresh horse. He's been really pleasing us at home, and he hasn't done a lot wrong all year. Haydock, we didn't have a great preparation for. We missed a week with him before that, and he was actually running a really nice race until he got blocked. So we're hopeful.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, you could just see the big bite has overshot the start, and Kieran Gethings, who just had his feet out of the irons, I don't know if that was deliberate or not. We'll just try and get a word with him and see if that was the case. Normally when a jockey takes his feet out of the irons, it's just to try and relax the horse. Was that deliberate with your feet out of the irons? Yeah? You just acted as you were. Oh, okay. Fair play. Here comes Robbie Power coming towards us here. He rides Reserve Tank. What do you think of the ground, Robbie?
Let's try it out a bit, Vic. It's a little bit dead.
A little bit dead. Soon you international?
Yeah.
He rides Jury Duty in the Grand National, so very hopeful the ground is drying all the time.
So Anthony, yet again this week we find ourselves comparing Cheltenham Festival races. Angel's Breath, the 3-1 favourite there, ran in the Supreme. Brewing Up a Storm, the 132nd favourite, ran in the Ballymore. Which do you prefer?
Probably just Brewing Up a Storm. He was fourth in the Challow behind Champ. He ran well enough in the Ballymore last time. He looked like he didn't really stand out, and maybe this flatter track will help him. Angel's Breath was a horse that I really fancied for the Supreme, but he never travelled, he never jumped. He had been second to Paul Nicholson's horse, who was disappointed yesterday, Southfield Storm, in the Dovecot at Kempton, and well, that fast the ground just left an effect on the Cheltenham. He just never went with any zest at all. So Brewing Up a Storm for me.
Now for you, Barney, is it all about the job?
Nothing I can do.
Yeah, I mean,
not got a wide, so I've got to use that.
Its form
has started to fall away.
Boogie with the black.
One
The
for
sun's coming in, it's shining.
Sammy's definitely going to just track away Dickie down the inside.
You get me better, we'll have to use it.
That would be that's probably what he's thinking of want to be there.
He ran well in the EBF final, so he had a big win, definitely an improver.
Good luck to you, Brian.
Yes, money late for one for Rosie to get away, Gelly. Number 6 in your paper. Nigel Twiston Davis, ridden by Son Sam. Angels Brett will start favourite at 3. 130
Right, listen, let me tell you now, this is on all day till after tea before the race starts.
11 to 1 into 5 to 1. 1 for Rosie. 5
No,
to
what,
1.
we're going to sit outside
7 to 1
until the race starts, but this is just the build-up.
You do want to drink? You do get that job.
In a bit.
You do get that job. Oh, you're going to have to take a car on both of you.
Yeah, alright. No, I'm sleeping here tonight, so it's fine. Let me tell you. Right. You've got 2 horses, one's called One for Arthur. That's what That's what Kerry's put on for you.
correct answer. I think it was black and white colour.
Are you listening or not?
He's also won very easily.
One for Arthur.
He's definitely worth a try at this level.
And Dad's got T for 2.
And
And he's also got Late You Lad. And I've got
Black Copper as a jockey now, Brandy.
Rock the Caspar, Annabelle Fly, and Dad's got you've got Malady.
Always focusing on your horse at your right.
We've got 2 each, right?
Make sure I can be greedy and take it off.
And then the number of the horses, so that's the number.
Make sure I'm greedy.
Have you seen number 7 there? That one?
Yeah.
That's
The only
yours.
thing you're thinking about out there is working to the plan and getting him in the best possible position to win his race.
Having a winner before the Grand National is definitely not a hindrance yet.
Number 9.
Confidence is everything in sport.
That one.
And I'm actually a
That's,
commentator on National Day once again. Touch of
Dad's.
the ball as well. All yours,
That's
Richard Hiles.
Yours.
Thanks, Ian. Yeah, we shouldn't lose sight of the fact this is
7.
Grade 1, as you mentioned at the top of the show. That's the
Yours is
highest
number
of
7 and
racing
number
spaces
14.
in the pyramid. For the Grand
You look like a
National
teacher on camera.
level weights contest for some horses that we'll be seeing in the future. One in the past, but likes of Wade,
You look
that's
like-
Morley
you
Street,
look like
and a
a
Gold
teacher
Cup
on
winner,
camera.
3 times Gold Cup winner
You
in
look
best
like a
mate.
teacher on
And he'd be
camera.
dead right. Pretty sure Leavensfield was black and white hoops.
White board.
With Darren Mercer. We had the Skewdamore pipe combination
Well, mate, well, I'll tell you what, you can watch it in the back garden on your phone.
Just approaching very steadily. The flag has been raised, which means the starter is happy for them to approach. They'll just move to the side of the five hurdles. You'll see it here in the picture very shortly. And that means they take
I've been thinking about getting showers, but if I get a shower and then you two walk past here, I can't keep behind you for
So gradually walking forward, ground conditions have dried out substantially.
Use the gates, man. Leave this open.
Racing yesterday, the sun continues.
So I'm not going to put that stuff on me, what you
bubbling up.
wanted to
Just
put on.
perfect for the crowd that are already assembling down towards Beecher's Brook. They'll only see really close to hand the races on the national course. You can see them in the background there. And they're setting their way for this Betway Mersey Policy Stone. So early on it's the big white horse with a big white face in the pink and black colours, and then Reserve Tank in the blue colours. Colonel Custard also with the big white faces towards the outside. 3 greys in the field so far. Cateson is the best positioned of them in the red and white colours as we rise at the first. Angel's Breath, a darker grey, blue and white. And then the trailers early on, brewing up a storm. The striped colours have chosen the mate. Then those diamonds of maroon and yellow of Umbrigado. And last of all is last of the greys. 1 for Rosie, reaching fight number 2. Big White over in the lead, and they're all over safely. Racing in second place is Colonel Custard up on the outside of Reserve Tank. 4th place now belongs to Angel's Breath, who's changed places with Cateson, as brewing up a storm improves after Richard Johnson in the pink colours. You can see they're tightly clustered, suggesting they're not going a breakneck gallop early on with chosen mate in the striped colours, then 1 for Rosie, and towards the outside is Umbrigado. So well bunched, they work their way down the side of the racecourse. No flights of hurdles on the Mildmay course on the side. You can see in 3rd place there, Angel's Breath, just a little key in his rider, keeping a tight hold of those reins. Angel's Breath wanting to go a little faster, and Nico de Boyford is prepared to let him, constantly breaking his stride, just trying to slow him down and save energy for the finish. So as they turn back towards home, 3 flights of hurdles up home straight, and the big bite racing on the outside of Reserve Tank. Angel's Breath is in 3rd place, brewing up a storm towards the inside, and as they step over that, Colonel Custard on the outer. Cateson comes next, then a chosen mate. Back 2 remain, 1 for Rosie, the grey on the inside of Umbrigado. Middle one at the home straight, and again they are all over. So the front quartet made up of the big bite who races on towards the last of the flights up the home straight. with a lead of about half a length or so from Reserve Tank in second. Third belongs to Colonel Custard ahead of Angel's Breath, and brewing up a storm as they take the next night. Greatest of leaps from one for Rosie at the back, just lost a length or so, and Cateson jumped alongside, brewing up the storm. This is where the crowds really will begin to gather. You can see them right the way up the home straight. Tremendous atmosphere as they crescendo as the horses come past the stand for an even louder next time around. Well, everything's got every chance for the circuit to go. The whole field are only covered by 6 or 7 lengths as they turn away, and Reserve Tank on the inside for Robbie Power disputing the Big Bite and Kieran Gettings on the outside in second. Then Colonel Custard and Matt Griffiths with Angel's Breath, Nico de Boyville in the Diablo colours, brewing up a storm in the pink, Cateson the grey and the red jacket ridden by Sean Bowen. Still towards the back, Umbrigado for Tom Scudamore. The stripe colours have chosen mate for Davy Russell. Just jostled a little bit on the inside there. There's one for Rosie for Sam Twiston Davis, just one short of his century of winners for the season. 6 to take then, and out in front the Big Bite, Colonel Custard. The White Face Brigade led them over that obstacle. Still there in third is Reserve Tank. Cateson comes next, and Angel's Breath just still keeping his powder dry in 5th place. Brewing up a storm comes next from Umbrigado as they reach the next one down the back, which is 5 from the finish. The Big Bite sails over in the lead. Colonel Custard continues in second. Still third in the blue jacket is Reserve Tank. Cateson comes next. The partly obscured grey is Angel's Breath, disputing 5th place with Brewing Up a Storm, but still they're very well bunched here. Umbrigado comes next. One for Rosie, the back marker, over what was 4 from the finish. Now a long run between 4 out and 3 out, and the Big Bite continues to show the way with Colonel Custard, a pair of outsiders. Reserve Tank, Cateson and Angel's Breath are the second way. Brewing Up a Storm with then Umbrigado. The striped colours have chosen mate, and one for Rosie, despite being last, is still well in touch here as the runners make their way down the side of the racecourse. One more left-hand turn, and then 3 flights of hurdles to take in the Betway Mersey Novices Hurdle, and turning for home it's the Big Bite who leads. Colonel Custard is now shaken along. Cateson and Angel's Breath, the pair of greys towards the outside. Reserve Tank towards the inner. Brewing Up a Storm in the pink colours. Then Umbrigado, and then towards the back still is one for Rosie. Fanning out then towards 3 from the finish. The Big Bite taken on by Reserve Tank. Up the inside for Robbie Power. And Reserve Tank has now tried to kick away here. On the run to the second last, Angel's Breath and Cateson. Brewing Up a Storm comes out in pursuit. Reserve Tank picking it up. Brewing Up a Storm tries to cover the move. Angel's Breath in third from the back, one for Rosie, stays on, but still Reserve Tank gallops on, still has the lead as they head towards the last. Reserve Tank in tote, in place with Brewing Up a Storm in second, then one for Rosie, Angel's Breath and chosen mate, 150 yards to go. Reserve Tank clinging on tenaciously to this lead and eking out a bit more for Brewing Up a Storm, and Reserve Tank driven out will complete another great win for Robbie Power and College is on. Great week for Robbie, and Reserve Tank lands the hat-trick and wins the Grade 1 Mersey Novices Hurdle. Brewing Up a Storm second, place for third, Angel's Breath, and one for Rosie. Chosen mate was next from Umbrigado, Cateson, the Big Bite, and Colonel Custard. 20 to 1 Reserve Tank, a great ride. They hadn't gone very quick, and Robbie Power kicked away, and they just couldn't get that 2 lengths back. You can see at the line he was holding it, if anything increasing it over Brewing Up a Storm. It's close for third. Angel's Breath will appear on the near side, and on the far side one for Rosie. That really is close for third. The judge might take a while to sort that out. Virtually a silhouette of grey heads there passing the line for third, so we'll confirm that as soon as we can. No doubt about the winner, Reserve Tank, another winner this week for Robbie Power.
Has been a great week so far for Robbie Power. Another superb win aboard Reserve Tank. Robbie, he caught 1 or 2 people unaware the way he got away from them. What about you?
Yeah, look, fair play to Colin Chisler and Joe. This horse has improved so much as the year has gone on. He was a big weak baby when I won on the Sandown, and he's just improved and improved all season.
The great thing about him, it seems, is the way he settled through the race, considering it didn't seem to be that quick a gallop early on. How did you find that early stage of the race?
Yeah, we didn't know man, it was steady away. He loved that dry ground, and when I asked him 3 out, he actually picked it up very well, you know. I've always thought 3 miles would be his trip, but he showed me a gear today I didn't think he had.
Just looking at him, because we know that Colin Tizard loves these horses to turn into chasers. What sort of prospects do you think he'd have if he went over the bigger obstacles?
Yeah, look, he's going to make a lovely chaser next year. He jumps his hurdles really well, and I'd imagine that's where he'll definitely be going to stay in chasing next season.
And a quick word about the big one today. You were riding jury duty for Gordon. Of course, 12 years ago you won this race aboard Silver Badge.
Yeah, look, every minute that sun is shining, the happier I'm getting. You know, the ground is drying out. It's going to be lovely ground by 5 o'clock, and yeah, no, really looking forward to it.
May your good week continue, Robbie. Well done.
Hopefully so. Thanks, Richie.
And likewise, trainer Colin Tizard, Browning, no winner for 13 days and 15 runners, and then suddenly 2 winners from 3 runners. That was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
Yeah, famous staying in racing, they come around like buses, and they really do. But Robbie there, I mean, he's not only one of your best jockeys in my opinion going out there, but also he's a lovely person inside the weighing room. You can go to him and ask him any time for advice. He's ridden the script perfect race there, straight down the inside, no messing around. Even down the back, he didn't rush his horse down the back and just let him gallop into his rhythm. He's come around the bend, and you know, Dickie's tracked him the whole way through, so those 2 horses have seen each other the whole race, and reserve time just have a little bit more.
Jumping the last AP, you fancy brewing up a storm as we looked overhead. Got the better jump, and right now it looked like he was in with a chance.
Yeah, I thought he'd get him, but obviously Robbie had saved a little bit. I mean, it's hard to fancy this horse before on Eddie. Look, the last day when he won, he kept the cashier man kind of giving the race that he won. But he's only had the 4 runs over jumps, and they're always entitled to improve. Angel's Breath won as well. Fancy the race was much too keen, and looks like he'll be happy to have a break now. You know.
And you talk about Robbie Power being a good guy in the weighing room. He's a good guy as well on the right there, Colin Tizard. Always great fun. Really good horse we saw yesterday. Lost in translation, a horse you're going to hear a lot more from. And likewise, this horse for the reserve tankers. Careful how I say that. The owners in the blue reserve tank. Very good in the Betway Mersey Novices Hurdle. And again, Ollie Murphy must be getting frustrated, AP. He keeps hitting the bar in these big races.
Yeah, he does, but he's doing well. And as we said the last few days, he learned from one of the best in Gordon Elliott. So it'll come his way before long, you know.
And just while we watch the winner here, I just want to send a message to John Baker. Now, John Baker is a big part of Aintree. He's not with us this year, which I know will hurt a lot. And John, I know you'll be watching Grand National Day. We all miss you, and we wish you well. Part of the team running this great racecourse. It's going to be tight for third. Great camera shot, that was slow-mo over the finish. You saw how tight it was for third, just waiting for confirmation of that photograph to finish third to this one.
Yeah, on the jockey, we talked before the race about how it's important to get a confidence boost, and Robbie Power, who does ride jury duty in the Grand National, he normally rides for Jessie Harrington, doesn't he? But she's given him permission to get off her horse in the race and ride jury duty because it's owned by friends of his. He has a good association with the horse.
Yeah, exactly, you know, and if you have association with the horse, it's only going to play to a strength of your card at the end of the day.
Now, on the first of our features on Grand National Day, we decided to pay a visit to Scottish trainer Nick Alexander, who's got his very first runner in the race in the shape of Lakeview Lad.
Nick, can you tell us how you ended up training here at Kynaston?
Well, it's a family farm. We've always had horses here. About 10 years ago, started training quietly, and then it's got a bit more serious the last 7 years, particularly the last 2 or 3 years.
Just trot up the gallop, have Lakeview Lad in front.
We've been lucky to have the infrastructure of the farm and been able to convert the barns that were no longer suitable for agriculture to luckily turn into a thriving racing business.
You've won the Licence Team Champion Awards last year, which was developed to celebrate trainers and the team spirit within a yard. And you had Cash Bissett, who was the Godolphin Stable Staff Employee of the Year this year. What do you think has made you that successful?
I've always, right from the start, been very focused on trying to involve the staff at every level and trying to make them realise that they are as much part of the team as anything. The racing industry is changing very fast in terms of the way it approaches its staff, and it's all for the better.
You know, you have results on the track that really reflect on what you're doing with the horses and whatnot, but to win an award that reflects on how you work as a team and how you manage a team and sort of the processes that you put people through, they work really hard to run the whole place as professionally as possible, and to get recognition of that was pretty cool.
The new thing we had for this year was I had a horse I wasn't quite sure what to do with, and I thought, well, I'll run it for the staff. So we registered an ownership, Team Kynaston, and put the horse into that ownership, and any prize money he wants, which has been disappointingly little so far, 25% of that goes to the staff and 75% goes to contribute towards the horse's cost.
It's fantastic, a dance of fire, or Duff as he's known to all of us. it's just really about getting everyone to see the other side of it as well, and we can all be an owner ourselves, which is quite cool as well.
Did 2.5 steady, Kit? Did 2.5?
We saw Kit and Lucy riding out this morning. Is that important to you that the whole family are involved?
Yeah, I mean, in many respects, it was Lucy that put the yard on the map by becoming champion conditional. She plays a huge part in it. Kit has always played a huge part in it. Kit rides as an amateur. Lucy obviously rides as a professional. That's why we've sort of got more serious about it, really. If it hadn't been for their involvement, I'd probably just still be training a dozen horses.
We saw Kit riding Lakeview Lad this morning. What does it mean to you to have a runner in the Grand National this early in your training career?
It's tremendous, really. I mean, it's great for the whole team. It's lovely to have a horse that can show that we can train at the top level, because he ran extremely well at Cheltenham and carrying top weight in a very competitive handicap, and you know, our horses aren't very expensive, and it gives everyone here a boost, and I'm delighted.
He's been a real hero for us. He's an absolute warrior, so we're very, very proud of him, and just having people here talking about him is amazing, and he thoroughly deserves it. It's a massive thing to be the world's biggest horse race, and to be trusted with a horse like this is a real honour. I have so much respect for him. He's fantastic.
Trevor Hemmings, clearly the Grand National means a lot to him. He's won 3 races with Hedgehunter, Ballabriggs and Many Cows. What would it mean to you to give him the 4th and make him the winning most owner of this race?
He's been such a fantastic supporter of the sport. You know, no one would deserve it more, and I would be immensely proud to have helped him in that. Just having a runner has given everyone a big lift, and it would be an enormous achievement for the yard, and I think even having got this far is a pretty amazing achievement for the team out there, and I couldn't be happier for all of them, really. They deserve it.
What a lovely story and operation that is. Good luck to everyone involved with Lakeview Lad, who looks to become the 4th grey to win the National. Result just in from our first live race. Confirmation the winner was a 20-to-1 chance, and that photograph ended in a dead heat for 3rd between Angel's Breath and 1 for Rosie. And the reserve tankers, the winning owners, all used to work together at KPMG in Canary Wharf. 7 of them, 2 of them are also in Lost in Translation. What a couple of days they have had. Out on the course, a familiar face, the Silver Fox. That is Ruby Walsh. And look at out of the ditch come Mini Walshes. He's got daughters galore. Galore has Ruby, Isabel, Elsa, Gemma, Erica, wife Gillian taking photographs as well. Ruby riding Rathbinden in the National, looking to win it for a 3rd time. I've never seen him so relaxed this week, and he's already on the board. Good luck to him. Now then, if you're a regular watcher of ITV Racing, you will know we are following a Frankel foal, and you have the chance to name it.
During the Cheltenham Festival, we gave you, the viewers, the chance to suggest a name for the Frankel Colt foal. Nearly 8,000 of you sent in your suggestions, and we and the team at Juddmonte Farms have selected these 4 names as our favourites. You now have the opportunity to vote for the final name for the foal. To do so, go to itv.com/racing and choose from Zamello, Figlio del Grande, Indigo Lake or Gamma Velorum. The poll closes today on the 6th of April at 3:30 p.m. and the winning name will be announced this afternoon. I think Figlio del Grande for me. Son of the Great. I know it's Italian, but Son of the Great's got a great ring to it for me. Now I wonder how the boys are doing in the social stable. How's it going, Matt and Chris?
Francesca, we're doing all right, although I'm so relieved you came to me, because I tell you, if Chris makes me listen to No More Sad Songs again from Little Mix, I will, honestly, it's not what we're here for, Chris. So Chris Hughes in the social stable with me. Chris Hughes, of course, Love Island back in the day, 4 shows on ITV2, but now, Christopher, you are Mr. ITV Racing. What can we get the people involved with today on social media?
We can get the people involved today, mate, in social media by sending in your tweets via Instagram, use Facebook, use all the social media platforms. And basically, we want you over the last... Twitter's one of them as well. We want race car charades is the main one. That's where we're getting to. Race car charades. Keep getting your videos in. We've had a number of videos coming already. It's all in aid of the Grand Nationals. Get your favourite selections, reenact them over a few seconds, bang them into us at ITV Racing. And Matt, we have a couple of videos on screen now.
We do. Of course, Tiger Roll is very much the obvious one. And look at this furry little furry friend here.
Are you a fan of Tiger Roll, Chris?
I'm a fan of Tiger Roll, but for today, Matt, he's far too short for me.
I tell you what, I liked Hen Creasy there, but it's not all about the Tiger.
It's not.
Let's see what this one brings us.
Who's this
look at
then?
this.
Amelie will get it.
This is little Coco, and look at Amelie next to her. I don't know, Chris. T for 6? I
Could
don't know.
be T for 6, could be T for 2, and that would be a story today. Obviously, Lizzie Kelly on board. What's a story that would be?
Get your videos into the social stable with the one and only Chris Hughes. We are pumped up. We're ready to go. We're ready to go.
What's an atmosphere down here?
Pumped. I think it's fair to say the boys in the social stable. Under the blue skies here at Aintree on Grand National Day. We're underway. Tizard and Power striking in our first race. They've got Ultra Gold and Jury Duty in the National.
Hi, my name's Henry Brooke and I ride number 9, Lakeview Lad. He ran a great race at Cheltenham and we're hoping he can build on that this Saturday.
William Hill sponsors coverage of ITV Racing.
Britain's Got Talent returns tonight at 7:15 on ITV.
Meet Paddy Power's secret agent, Horse Boss. He's gone undercover at Grand National training to see how horses jump those big fences.
This jump is as high as the chair. Now you hold up that picture.
Okay. What's this?
Tad higher.
She's a looker, if you're into that. Whoa! Irresistible! Just like this. Place an each-way bet on the Grand National with Paddy Power and we'll pay you if your horse finishes in the first 6. Paddy Power, enough of the nonsense.
The Grand National is here. The ultimate test for horse and jockey. 4 miles, 30 fences, and the biggest field in horse racing. Who will come out on top? Back your Grand National selection with Betfair, who are offering you more chances to win by paying 6 places instead of the usual 4. Small details, big results on the Grand National with Betfair.
William Hill sponsors coverage of ITV Racing.
Sam Twiston-Davis, right, number 6, Go Conquer. He's in good form at home, he's missed Cheltenham, he's got a bit of experience over fences and hoping for a big run.
Good luck, Sam. Good luck, bookies, sort of, paying out already, and just imagine the queues. Your Tiger Roll, probably Raf Binden, who's been well backed as well, were to win the Randolph's Health Grand National at 5:15 this afternoon. And by my maths, that's less than 2.5 hours away, I think. Right, let's go on a tour of this wonderful racecourse in the sunshine. There are the big grandstands. There's McCoy's. Now McCoy's, named after the great man to my left, that used to be the weighing room. You remember Red Rum walking in there? Famously, Monsieur Carvery swinging from the rafters as well. Now a bar. There's some fashion spots in the distance. The social stable's just round the corner. All sorts of fun and games at the racecourse, and a lovely feel in the sunshine as well. Look at that. Now then, we like to do jargon busters as well on ITV Racing to get you involved and explain a few things about this great sport. One big question today is, how do you put a bet on the Grand National? The man with the answer? Brian Gleeson.
It's tradition to have a bet on the world's greatest race, the Grand National. You can have a win bet or a place bet. Combined, we call it an each-way bet. Message is, check with all your bookmakers, whether it's on the Racing Post, your internet, your national papers. They're all offering different terms and conditions. You can bet places first 6 home. Of course, a quarter of the odds or 50 the odds. But of course, only bet what you can afford to lose. It's fun having a bet on the Grand National, like it was last year when Tiger Roll won. and all eyes will be on the Tiger and his jockey Davy Russell as they roll the dice to try and emulate the mighty Red Rum and win back-to-back Grand Nationals. The best of luck in finding the winner.
Now then, after the race today, football fans can watch La Liga action over on ITV4. Rayo Vallecano against Valencia kicks off at 5:30.
And with 40 horses in the Grand National later, we needed Brian's tips there of how to pick the winner. But can you imagine calling the race as a commentator? Richard Hoyles, how must you have gone to sleep last night with that on your mind?
So you know you count sheep to go to sleep. My sheep were all in maroon with a white star and they were all wearing a silly little hat. Now Tiger Roll, he's the star, so he's the star. And Trois Phil, he's a bit posh. And he's all white, so he's white. You learn that sort of, tell yourself a story. And Trois Phil, he's well read. Monbec Notorious, he's a bit close to the mark, so he's blue. And you just try actually, quite seriously, to associate a colour with a particular set of words. But never fail, of course, you gave me Billy here to help me out. It's been a bit quiet so far, I'm a bit worried. Okay, next up is Dunbar McGull Novices Chase. McGull just up from the racecourse here at Aintree. Now this is over 2 miles, again a Grade 1 contest, and it's sort of a potential reprise for the Arkle that's run at the Cheltenham Fest. We don't have the winner of that race, we do have a few place horses from it. So there are the runners and riders. Number 1 is Cape Dulan, or the Grey, Sam Twiston Davis for Dr. Richard Newland. 2 is Clondor Castle, who supplemented the Arkle at Cheltenham, actually ran really well. Kieran Gethings for Tom George. Number 3 is Destria for Harry Skelton. 4, Knocknallis for J.B. Moore. 5 is Layla for Richard Johnson and Kaylee Woolacott on a recovery mission after Cheltenham. 6 is Ornua for Davy Russell, and 7, Us and Them for J.J. Slevin. Quite a lot of potential pace in here, and that includes the favourite Ornua. They will not be hanging around in this year's McGull.
Oh yeah, lots of horses being backed in the National, Richard. Online, William Hill just reported a £2,000 each way bet on Step Back at 28-1, and a punter is also at £2,500 each way on Ramos de Tele, of course the youngest horse in the race, trained by David Pipe at 7 years of age, and that was at 25-1. Of course the message is only bet what you can afford to lose. Betting on the National is fun. Star Sports, Ladbrokes, Sid Hooper, you can see Ornua trained at County Waterford and Son of Ghana by Henry de Bromhead is your new favourite, having been 11-2 this morning, is now 3-1. 130 Us and Them, 7-2 Lawler, and at 7-1 Bar. Just quickly come in because about what 45 minutes ago a significant man has come up to you, and what did he back in the National?
Annabelle Fly. We've laid Annabelle Fly to big money to several different clients, so that one will be the liability of the day.
What was the big bet?
We paid 20 grand at 12 and 10 grand each way at 20 grand at 14 and 10 grand each way at 16 earlier, and since there's been more money at 11. I think you could see it going off single figure price.
Could be single figures. The message is take the price if you fancy Annabelle Fly. 20 grand at 14-1, 280,000. Should he start counting it?
Leading jockey Bryony Frost. Great to have you here in the paddock up close to the horses.
Yeah, definitely. I'm missing them, that's for sure. It's nice to be down here with them.
Well, let's start off.
Tiger still to come.
My name is Harry Compton. I'm riding number 16, Glorious Town, in the Grand National. He's been going really well at home and he enjoys these big fences, so we're hoping for a good run.
William Hill sponsors coverage of ITV Racing.
Jumps well, stay all day, hopefully have a good chance.
That's Sean on the left there, brother James, getting advice from his coach and the maestro that is Mick Fitzgerald, and these are all the new lad owned by Trevor Hemmings would give him a record for Grand National. Pleasant Company was second last year.
Number 11, Ballyoptic, is looking to give trainer Nigel Twiston-Davis a third winner of the Grand National. Rathvinden is the choice of Ruby Walsh. 2017 winner, One for Arthur, is back for more glory. Brought the Casbah gives Richard Johnson a record 21st ride in the race. Jonathan Burke comes in for the ride on Regal Encore. Magic of Light is the only mare in the field and a first national experience for both trainer and jockey. Atois Phil would be popular with the Phils out there.
Monbec Notorious might be popular with Duran Duran fans. 24 is Lizzie Kelly looking for history on T for 2. Golfers will be backing just a par. Step back will be popular for the Bradstocks. Single farm payments, number 30. One for Brexiteers.
Oh, perhaps number 31, Vieux Lion Rouge, has jumped 153 Grand National fences in his career without falling. Valsa Lido gives Rachel Blackmore her second national ride. Vintage Clouds gets in this year. 35 is one for the Romantics. And Baroness Harding has an exciting runner with Walk in the Mill. The name Captain Redbeard is bound to be a popular choice. And 14-year-old Bless the Wings would be the second oldest horse ever to win a national. And in at number 40, Scottish Grand National winner Joe Farrell, who's been the subject of a good gamble this week.
And now for the tensest place on the racecourse. Some asleep, some quiet, some chatting. As they and we count down to 10 of the most exciting minutes in sport.
William Hill sponsors coverage of ITV Racing.
That picture.
Okay. What's this?
Tad higher.
She's a looker, if you're into that. Whoa! Irresistible! Just like this. Place an each-way bet on the Grand National with Paddy Power, and we'll pay you if your horse finishes in the first 6. Paddy Power, enough of that.
William Hill sponsors coverage of ITV Racing.
As a child, I always wanted to recreate Grand National. It's always been a bit special, a bit different.
The latest chapter of Grand National history about to unfold. Come on the tiger.
Coming to the second last, and the title roll came alive. But then, I knew there was something coming.
The diminutive Tiger Roll senses a place in history. Pleasant Company's coming back. Tiger Roll, hanging on.
They gave me everything. Sorry, lost it. This is the moment any jockey in the sport would have dreamt of.
What an extraordinary day that was 12 months ago. What are we about to see? We're in the company of Bruff Scott, Sir Anthony McCoy, who won the Grand National, and Bryony Frost, the Grade 1 winning jockey from the Cheltenham Festival, who was 5th in the race last year. And Bryony, just look behind you. It's an unbelievable scene. The amount of people getting ready to see the horses who will emerge very shortly. Consensus is a different place now. The tension being cranked up, isn't it?
Yeah, the atmosphere is starting to bubble up, the ocean's starting to ripple, but as a jockey, when you're in that weighing room, it's all hush. Everything's about the only race, everyone starts to wish each other luck. Now you're getting your hat tied, your stickers are on, and you're about to come out.
Is this the day, Anthony, I said at the start of the show, that changed your life? Is that fair?
Yeah, it probably did, because I'd been lucky enough to win all those other big races and hadn't won the Grand National. And as a jockey, you know, if you are lucky enough to win those races, you really, really want to win the Grand National. And for the likes of Richard Johnson, who's gone out here on his 21st attempt, he'll know that he's not going to have 21 more goes to try and win it again. So he'll be hoping that Rock the Casbah can give him a very good ride. And the same could be said even for Davy Russell or for Ruby Walsh. And you'd have to be gutted for Barry Garrity missing out on such a good ride in Annabelle Fly, you know. So there'll be mixed emotions for a lot of them going out there.
And we wish Barry Garrity, who might be watching on, Barry, we wish you all the very best. And Bryony, what are emotions like for you? How much are you missing not being just to our right there in the weighing room?
Don't really get me, you will. It's really hard right now. I'm not quite sure how to feel. The emotions are very split in two. And I just thinking back to last year on what an incredible achievement Milan Spa did for me, being the Press British Force home, and not being able to find that same buzz and the same run. It's difficult, but in my same mind, I'm really looking forward to getting everyone out there and seeing what they can do. And also, it's you know, for everyone who's in there now that's coming out, this is something you look forward to your whole season. When you manage to get a ride in the National, it's something different when your concentration level's out there. Every fence comes so fast. It's that moment where you're galloping along with your horse, and there's no other race like it.
And that broken collarbone, I imagine the pain is just being trebled right now. What are people thinking at home? Boys in the social stable?
now everybody, the Grand National fast approaching, nerves in the end. If you need some help, some final last minute selections, then we have our final race car charades that you've all been tweeting us in. Let's play a few on the screen now. The first one from Andrew Best. And Matt Chapman, what is that?
It's clearly Blow by Blow, who is a Cheltenham Festival winner with Agatha Bars, will be a big prize today, but has an each-way squeak.
Each-way squeak, and Ashley has also sent in this one as well.
Fairly obvious. Annabelle Fly, of course, placed in 2 Gold Cups, ran well in the National before, is well into the weights, but still has a big weight to carry.
Big weight to carry, and finally, the last one of the Aintree Festival, sent in from Jackie. Which is this one?
It's not step forward, it is step back, who runs well towards the end of the season. Has won a Bet 365 handicap chase at Sandown and will be raced prominent under Nico de Boinville for the Bradstock family. Could be a fairy tale, but Chris, this is just about the last hit. So it really has. You have been an absolute legend. Thank you to all of you for getting involved, and I think here at Social Stable we would just like to end by wishing all the jockeys, the trainers, the owners, the best of luck in the Grand National, but most of all, the horses that give us so much pleasure. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time,
what a romance that has been, and remarkably over the last 3 days, their hair has never moved. What is happening in the ring ahead of the National? Brian Gleeson.
Chamberlain, it's simply electric here in the Aintree betting ring, the Grand National, the world's greatest race. Tiger Roll is favourite. Let's see what are you going to back, sorry? He's not having any bet. We go to the lady. What are you backing? Tiger Roll. What are you backing?
Excited.
Excited.
One for Arthur.
One for Arthur.
Tiger Roll.
Tiger Roll. So what did you back?
I backed today, Pleasant Company.
Pleasant Company. Yeah. Everyone back today. Look at the prices. Tiger Roll 9-2. Rat Findon 8-1. Annabelle Fly 10-1. Jury Duty 11-1. Pleasant Company 12-1. Lakeview Lad 14-1. Rock the Casbah is 14-1. Vintage Clouds 14-1. Bookmakers are sharpening up those 20-1 shots. Dunicos. Look at the price of Dunicos here. 16-1 Dunicos. He was 40-1 this morning.
Everyone trying to get their best spot. Packed around the paddock. We'll see horses in just a moment. That's the other side. You can see the winning post on the far side there. And that is the iconic Aintree shot. Here come the horses, and there is last year's hero. Number 3, Tiger Roll. The horse bidding for history. Become the first back-to-back winner of this great race since Red Rum 45 years ago. Saddled in the stables rather than the pre-parade, and last year was so dramatic for us, Scott. We've talked a lot about the Tiger today. It's the horse who was beaten by a whisker into second, Pleasant Company, the forgotten horse almost of the race.
I could easily be. He hasn't run since January, gone slightly well, but he's a Willie Mullins horse, come for the day, and everybody around here knows some horses come alive at Aintree, and he could do it.
Yeah, he has been disappointing those couple of runs out, there's no doubt. He looks like he's been trained for today, but it really needs to light him up.
The Tiger, I mean, he's tiny, he's less than 16 hands, isn't he? But he's so nimble at his fences. And the one worry for me, Anthony, is with those blinkers, he's got so much speed at the moment. If he gets lit up, and he was, I thought, getting tired last year. Some say he was idling. He spoke to Keith Donoghue the other day. He thought he might be getting a bit tired. Is stamina an issue?
There's no like that Davy Russell, if he is going well today, he'll be hanging on to him a little bit longer than he did last year. You can see him here just going to the last. He looked like he had the better Pleasant Company and was going to go away and win well, and whether it was idling or whether he got tired or Pleasant Company just got a new lease of life and ran on again, we'll have to wait and see. The one thing you'd say about the blinkers is the horse don't have particularly good record in the Grand National. I think there's only been 2 winners. It's in the Scarlet or something, like I think it was Complier Diet or something. I think it was only 2 in the last however long that won the Grand National blinkers on him. So that's a little bit of a negative to have blinkers on.
They're cheap pieces on last year, blinkers on this year. Just look at the size of the crowd, having a look at the horses. The jockeys will come through that line down those steps in a moment with all the pomp and ceremony ahead of a Randox Health Grand National, all bathed in this beautiful sunshine. It is hard to win back-to-back Grand Nationals. Tiger Roll 9-2, Rat Bindon popular at 8-1 for Ruby Bullshape.
Yeah, Rat Bindon obviously won the format at the Cheltenham Festival a couple of years ago. He won the Zombie Joe last time. He's obviously the mount earlier was, so he ain't done a lack for stamina, and he certainly isn't done a lack in the saddle. That's for sure. The thing about I said this morning, Ed, is that if Tiger Rowe was running in a match with Annabelle Fly and only get 5 pounds off him, would he beat him? He has to run to, you know, if you look at Tiger Rowe's form, you think he would need to run very, very, very well to go comfortably winning the Grand National at the price he is.
It's time to look at these horses, the athletes, the players. Francesca.
Yes, here they are, the equine stars are in the paddock. Let's cast our eye over them. Here is number 32, Valsalido, trained by Henry de Bromhead, and we'll have Rachel Blackmore in the saddle. He has got some decent form, but just needs to build on his recent performances.
Lakeview lad here in the famous Trevor Hemmings colours, trained up in Scotland by Nick Alexander. He only has a small team. This is a huge day for him. One of 3 greys in the race.
This is number 8, this is Manila Rocket. This is a horse that Chris Hughes really likes. He's a big, imposing sort as well. Now, he's got some really good form if you go back a little bit, but recently, a bit questionable.
Ramsdale, well, the Pipe team have such a famous association with this race. David Pipe's already won it before. Tom Scudamore opted to ride their other runner, but I think this one is probably the fanciest, most fancied. 7 years old, he'd be the youngest winner since 1940.
Talking of young, Alice, this horse Outlander, number 4, has got the youngest jockey in the race on his back, and he has got the youngest trainer in the race in the shape of Richard Spencer, who picked up the horse only a couple of days ago when he was sold here at Aintree for £165,000.
Well, this race has so many great associations. Nigel Twiston-Davies, though, the most successful British trainer at the moment in the race. He has 2 wins, and this is one of 2 runners, Ballyoptic. He's a gorgeous-looking individual, isn't he? And Jessica, who leads him up, so proud of him. She's looked after him ever since he joined Nigel's. Well, he was beaten a whisker in the Scottish National. Can he win the big one?
And can you believe, Alice, that Nicky Henderson, 5-time champion trainer, winner of all the big races there are to win in the National Hunt scene, has yet to win a Grand National from 42 starters. Big omission from his record. Could it be Val Tour to give him that one? Now look at him. We talk about Tiger Rowe being very small, but this guy, equally small.
This is one of the fancy runners, another grey. I've gone for all the greys, I've managed to find them all. Number 33, here he is, Vintage Clouds, another one for the great Trevor Hemmings, trained by Sue Smith, wife of the famous show jumper Harvey Smith. They've already bagged one of these great races with Aurora's Encore. A lot of people believe this lad can give them a second chance.
Number 36, Walk in the Mill, goes for successful businesswoman and passionate racing fan, Dido Harding. A lot of shrewd judges think this is the one to be on. He won the Beecher Chase here in December and had a couple of starts over hurdles recently, which sometimes is a key.
I love this horse, Jessica, Ultra Gold. He is a beauty. He's won twice over the big fences, but not in the Grand National. He loves it. The big question for the Tizard Star is, will he stay the 4 miles?
Alice, I feel like this is the forgotten horse in the race. It's pleasant company. Remember last year? Tiger Rowe just fading on the line, and this guy breathing down his neck, narrowly missing out. Now, he had poor form coming into the race last year, and equally his last couple of runs don't look that exciting, but do not forget him.
Up for review, one of Willie Mullins's. Willie Mullins has a 4-pronged attack on this great race. And up for review is owned by Andrea and Graham Wiley. This is their 10th runner in the race. He's a very famous guy. He started Sage, one of my worst computer programs. I hate it, but I have to use it.
This guy, number 38, Captain Redbeard, ran in the race last year for his connections trainer Stuart Coulthard and his son Sam, who rode him, unfortunately unseated that day. Let's hope for better luck today.
Well, if I was backing horses because of their name, this would be the one I'd back. Live, love, laugh. That would be my mantra to go by, and that's why I love this horse. Another one of Willie Mullins's, got a massive chance.
This is the only runner in the race for trainer Paul Nicholls. He has won the race and had also lots of chances in it. Warrior's Tale, however, has got a big question mark over the trip, 4¼ miles. It's stamina sapping.
The great JP McManus, champion owner, our very own Sir Anthony McCoy won for him. This is one of his chances today. It's Regal Encore. He's had a late jockey change. Johnny Burke rides him because Mark Walsh has switched onto Annabelle Fly.
Number 6 is Go Conquer. His trainer Nigel Twiston-Davies has won this race twice. His son Sam takes the ride here. He's yet to win a Grand National, but this horse has come into some form recently with a good win last time out.
David Pipe then, he's got an interesting pair of runs. We've been here and done this, your old hat now, but Ramses the Tide have a great chance of him.
If he gets the trip, yeah, I think he'd have a good chance. Yeah, you know, he handled the better ground at Haydock last time, so ground shouldn't be an issue. Scored well over these national fences at home, so a bit of luck and running, isn't it? And
Leon Rouge?
Yeah, Leon Rouge, we treated his ulcers. He's in great form at home. Drying ground, you know, probably not ideal, but he loves the occasion.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, that's Finden. If you were watching earlier today, you'll see that this was the lad that won the virtual Grand National. He's got the great Ruby Walsh on board. He's fancied by many, including our very own Ed Chamberlain.
Number 26 is Step Back. He goes for the husband and wife team, Mark and Sarah Bradstock. He's only small, but I love the way he parades in here in the parade ring. He's really athletic, he's really stepping forward, got a nice bright look in his eye, super athletic.
Well, you heard from David Pike, this was the horse he was talking about, Vert Leon Rouge. He may break a record today, not for winning with the most number, but this is his 7th run over these big fences. He's jumped 152 Grand National fences without falling over and gone 22 miles round this great course.
Now this one, number 18, Magic of Flight, is unique in this field because she is the only mare to be taking part. Now she's trained by Jessie Harrington, she's ridden by Paddy Kennedy. Neither of them have competed in a Grand National before.
Yeah, these are the best seats in the house. The winning post just by me. What have you back in the National? The greatest race in the world. What wins?
Tiger Road! Tiger Road!
Outlander! T for 2!
T for 2.
Judy!
Judy!
Nothing! Oh my God! Tiger Road!
Tiger Road! The National. Live, love, laugh. 80 to 1, now 25 to 1, and we're in pleasant company!
We're set. It's a race that makes legends. The People's Race, 70,000 here at Aintree, hundreds of millions watching around the globe. Stand by for unscripted, unpredictable, captivating drama. The Grand National is moments away.
William Hill sponsors coverage of ITV Racing.
William Hill sponsors coverage of ITV Racing. Entry is ready, and right now the eyes of the sporting world are fixed on this famous theatre. The players are about to make their way out. We talked about the tension in the weight room. Right, give us an idea of what it's like for the jockey.
So right now, you're trying not to predict the unpredictable. You're trying to just concentrate on the controllables and leave the uncontrollables out of your mind. Just concentrate on you and the horse and what he likes to do, how he likes to run. And so all the lads now just be running their final thoughts over their heads, you know, thinking about their horse, how he likes to jump, what line they're going to
try and do the job that we plan to do, and have the idea, have the plan in your head as to where you're going to go, where you're going to start, which horse you're going to be near at the start of that. Hope it all goes. Here are the Golden Brigade, the first 11 if you like, rightly led by Tiger Roll, with those blinkers now on. 9-2 favourite. All the talk of him being maybe 3-1 today hasn't come to fruition. Live Love Laugh has been backed from 100-1 down to 25-1. And Louise McGee, such a familiar sight from last year, who looks after the horse. She must be so proud of him. A horse that's got from a Triumph Hurdle onto 4 Cheltenham Festival victories and a Grand National to boot as well. What an all-rounder Tiger Roll is. What a sight that is. Look, I'm just over here because the most nervous lady on the racetrack, Rebecca. You were terrified. Joe Farrell, though, he had a great chance.
Yeah, we should do, hopefully. Just hope he gets around safe, but he stays the full mile well. He seems to jump well. I'm really thankful the bounce was taken out a bit better than it was.
I saw you walking the course. What did you think? Look at those big fences.
I would like to jump them myself, but no, look, he's a good sound jumper. Should be fine.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Team Chickenstown, Michael O'Leary looks like he's part of the debrief to all those caps. And maybe the final word to Davey Russell there, in the first colours on number 3. A bit like air traffic control. And there is the little fella, Tiger Roll. Quick word about Ruby Walsh, she's on Rathbindon. Number 13, just as he was, number 13 on Papillon when he won. As a young boy, he looks so relaxed. He seems pretty confident as well.
Yeah, and rightly so, because this horse has been specifically trained by Willie Mullins for the race. He was very good in the Bobby Joe chase last time. He's won 4 minor champions, so he's guaranteed to stay. And as I said earlier, he isn't going to lack for stamina, and he certainly won't lack in saddle because Ruby Walsh is a genius. He's won 2 Grand Nationals already, and there's every chance he could win 3rd here.
That's a bit like the Ryder Cup. You're the European fans, the army if you like. That is Team Tiger Roll. The pomp and ceremony all part of Grand Oxhell Grand National Day. And part of that is the national anthem, which will be sung by Laura Wright.
National anthem. Good luck, everybody. What's that? National. This is not national. Well, I think it's the answer. It's way behind. It's just like cheating. To cheer a woman, you learn what to do to beat themselves.
Is here with step back. You look terrified, Mark. How do you think it's going to run? It's a good thing. Look on, how do you think it's going to run? He'll be coming back in one piece. And has he scored over big fences? Very well. Small said he won the Gold Cup and he'd love to ride the Grand National. Bye.
Oh yeah! I tell you what, it's still got it there, Tom Jones, hasn't it?
Yeah, there's not quite on bed now.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey! Oi!
Oi!
Oi! Oi!
Too late, Michael, forget it. So in sync with everything. Nosy Parker, you want to be everywhere, don't you?
And I want to be your cat.
I'll see you saying hello to George and don't lick your face, George. You like George, you know, don't you? I'm always nervous about you. So don't egg him on. Nice.
Right, oh, now it's my own on this like before.
Anyway, where you're good, you're too square. Square? I think you for the start. You'll be telling me to get thick next. Hang on to Rachel! You don't think you're overdoing it here, Joe? I think I'm sorry, take no notice of it.
No, seriously, Jack. You don't think I'm making a fool of myself?
No, I actually think I have seen Emmerdale from this part.
Sandy and Jackie really well, but
I've actually seen Emmerdale from this part before. I have seen Emmerdale from this part before.
Overcompensate, you might only embarrass them.
Try to remember though. Way back when I would have saw it from this bit.
See, mate, wasn't working this morning. Disappeared. Yeah, Mark. Do you want to earn a few bob? Sandy wants someone to do some odd jobs down to me.
I think, if I'm correct, that's Moira's old farm.
I think, if I'm correct, that's Moira's old farm.
Dad. It's me. I brought you some coffee and something to eat. How did you sleep?
Nothing. All these animals talking to each other all night.
You can't stay here. You know that. It's far too dangerous.
I'll think of something. I've nowhere else to go, Rachel. I can't be seen in the village, can I?
You can't be seen anywhere. If the police find you, you're in serious trouble. And so are we.
Look, I wanted to see you. And I wanted to see Kate. I still love you, man, but I want to see you.
That's definitely Dingle's farm.
What do you think you're going to do?
Dingle's farm. Dingle's farm. That's definitely Dingle's farm.
You never do, do you?
Rachel?
He's got to know, Dad.
What are you doing? Come on, we're going to be late.
Hello, son.
What the hell are you doing here?
Sandy wants me to do an inventory from her. And Jack to arrange any odd jobs that we're doing.
I'm trying to think when Chelsea comes in this one. Oh, is that? Oh, is that? Oh my God! That is Chelsea! That is Chelsea, isn't it?
She says she's not aware of any books.
Oh my God! That's Chelsea, that! Oh my, Jesus God! Jesus! That's Chelsea! Oh Jesus!
Just being nosy.
You might be wrong, but when I'm looking, that must be Chelsea. The good old days of Emmerdale. No. Then and now. Then and now.
It's not fair. I hate having to lie to everyone, especially Joe.
Morning, Amos. How are you this morning? Grumbling, I suppose. What would you like for breakfast? Just have a cup of tea. Don't seem to have much appetite these days. Still feeling sorry for yourself? I do not feel sorry for myself, Mr. Wilkes. Nor do I need other folk feeling sorry for me. Last night in the bar you had a face like a wet weekend and scared next. What's the customers on? The customers aren't interested in me. We've got Sarah smiling beautifully at them and you shouting your usual rubbish. Might help if you didn't get involved in endless conversations about red or white poppies. I do not agree with white poppies, Mr. Wilkes. I'm dead against sentiments behind them. Oh, you're a cantankerous devil. No, sir. I wouldn't mind to buy myself a white poppy, just to spite you. You must do as you see fit, Mr. Wilkes. Though I would have thought, as an old soldier yourself, you might have had more regard for my feelings in this matter.
Look, I can't do anything about it now, can I? You'll just have to wait till I get back. Yes, I agree I should be there, but I'm here, aren't I? Come on, Sue. Okay. Look, you'll just have to sort it out yourself. Ring me tomorrow, okay? Bye.
Old mobile phones. Oh my god. Ah!
Mind that cake. That's great. That's it. That's cute. We're in the wrong business, Kathy. Yeah, they make me feel quite tatty. Hi, sir. What are you doing here?
Same as you, I reckon.
No, I do remember him. I did watch a couple of vanilla. A couple of Emmerdale with him in it.
I did watch a couple of
I don't think I'm ready to.
Don't you need?
A couple of Emmerdale with him in it.
There's two of them. Some young venture, all that tip-top drawer and all. Was in banking, and what they didn't advertise it. Only thousands there. You've been skiving off work again? No, Mr. Turney, just what I heard. That's true. Did he come into the office this morning?
As far as I know, Mr. Turner, he came into the office.
No, I hope somebody will point him in this direction. Spend some money, Amos. How long are the airport set? Oh, just a couple of days, Amos. Oh, I still haven't elected to leave.
What's the here for, Mr. Turner?
Management training course, I think. Trying to retire terms, they'll be orienteering, cross-country runs, and that sort of thing. I can't see the point myself. These townies seem to think country's some sort of playground. That wouldn't mind showing them round. In fact, I might take them round my woods. Should be ashamed of yourself, Stefan. Is that all you ever think of? Pleasures of flesh? No, Mr. Turner. It's a bit rumble this morning. I heard that, Mr. Brooks.
It's not like that now.
Oh, she's the front, isn't it?
The whole Pat pub. It's not like that now. No. It's all been done up since then.
What for?
Concert, of course. If I'm going to be a company, we'll have to get some practice in.
What's that?
Yeah, singing.
It's a lot.
Yes, I am going to sing, but...
It's a lot to watch. Classic Emmerdale, but it used to be in the old days. Good to bring back memories, good memories, fun memories back.
Makeup, toiletries, photographs. You can't do a thing like that. If you say so. Alright, Ken, thanks for telling me. I appreciate it. Alright.
What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, don't go to pick you up. You know what I mean? Matters worse. Don't do that.
What are you doing?
Oh, no.
Don't pick you up.
Don't do that.
Matters worse.
I said don't do that.
Don't do that.
No. Oh, bloody hell, bloody. He got to the bloody pictures.
I said don't do that.
Oh, bloody hell, because he got to go. Oh, that's nice. Ain't a bad one now. Oh, shit.
Here's to Nanny's. Here's to family. McCain's sponsors Emmerdale.
I'm both. I'm not finished yet.
To our husbands. Here's to family. McCain's sponsors Emmerdale.
Do you know, if you don't drink too much, you have to make sure the staff are on. looking after me.
You've only lost her.
It's nearly gone. Look, your mum doesn't like believe it. It's nearly gone. Please.
Right, go and go in bed.
If you don't, this is, do you know, this is the worry I have. You're here now, no one's going to hear what I'm going to say about this, because I've got to come in the other room.
No one's going to hear what I'm going to say about this.
And you're that Charles over as well. Come on, I'll do that. We'll do it.
I told you, I'll not serve anyone really those things.
I'm telling you, stop being so ridiculous. Have two apple juices, please, Emma.
I'll not have it.
Did it make you feel happy if I wore a red one as well?
They would not have it in even greater insult. You're not going to serve Mr. Brooks, I'll not have it. You're taking this too seriously, Amos. You don't mean any insult or hurt. Shut my blood. Some of my comrades gave their lives. Red poppies are to remember dead.
Yeah, well, white poppies also respect the dead, but just say that we don't want any more wars.
You fangled nonsense. You youngsters don't know what it was like. You've never lived through a war.
You, Amos, turn your chances if you were first born in 1933. You don't mean disrespect.
Yeah, that's right. He said that there is a symbol of hope, that maybe we can live in a peaceful world. Now, what's wrong with that?
Well, it's not right.
Dad? Where are you?
What's your thing to eat?
Far from the shame I could do with.
You're expecting me back to tea, so I'm have to go.
I appreciate it, Max. I don't want to be in this trouble about your nature.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to get you out of here now. You realise we could be had up for hiding you.
I'm sorry. Perhaps I'll move on tonight, eh? Anything else? You do understand I'm about to come back now. What's worried about me?
Oh, you won't go that way.
Especially Rachel. Or whatever that stuff in the papers. It's a bit nasty. Now, is it true then? Was Whiteman messing about with Rachel again?
You've been out a couple of times, that's all.
Yeah, well, what about all this in the papers then, eh?
You didn't believe that rubbish, did you?
What am I supposed to believe?
Shall I read your paper?
Very well. All I've got German from you was this rubbish. It's right to come back.
I'm back at the okay?
So, do I have to show me up the day?
No. I'll be back in a bit, honest.
Is this Joe?
The photos, the ones on the cake.
I don't understand.
Why? You can take it said though. You can send the pictures of me and the kids, but must include us. Bureaucracy gone mad. She might use her photograph to forge herself a passport. Have you heard any rubbish like that? I mean, she's not going to escape from my employ, is she?
That makes sense.
No. This is like that.
That way.
What do you like, stupid, though? She can only have a radio that gets long and medium wave, otherwise we might send them messages. Basically, it's Kate talking about, not some blasted spy. I don't know she's doing these things. Funny she's right, man. You know what you're saying this morning about we need some extra money? Are you interested then? Yeah. It's going on tonight. Walk around, put it clean up and things. I need to go up tonight. Okay. I thought we might go one evening, have a look together and sort out what we're doing. Well, no one work. Get the keys. Why the sudden enthusiasm? You weren't so keen this morning.
No. Somebody come back.
No, I thought she just wants to rent it.
That way.
Oh, I see what it is. You put yourself in Sandy's good books.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, don't let me stop you. Yeah. Not that it'll work. I don't know.
I can't see how swimming over Revitas is going to help me on the money exchanges.
I think it's an excellent idea. They'll teach all sorts of skills, leadership, man management.
What? We're going to spend 2 hours tomorrow learning how to use a compass and read a map. I mean, I don't know about you, Jill, but I know how to drive from Chelsea Harbour to my office.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, girls, who wants a drink?
Looks a bit too sharp for my liking. You were a friend of this morning. You got all my help on fire.
Not too bad, those things. Well, so I have. Well, they come in here and take on their whole establishment. It's not right. They should respect local people.
Right. Very taste. It's a nice change. Some couple of decent birds it look like, isn't it?
Thanks very much.
I had one in the blue dress.
Like children. I think like a theory.
You mind to tell them to leave.
Why? It's the best night's business we've had for months. 3 pints of bitter please and straight nonsense. 2 scotches, 1 gin and tonic and a 20 ml dram.
Right, I can't do it all at once, though.
Oh, have you got any rolling rock beer or Sapporo?
Huh? We for months is out here, a very good beer it is and all, best kept in Dales. That usually satisfies our customers.
Sorry girls, you're going to have to make do with the local brew. Best make that 4 lagers then, and 2 straight tequilas.
Good evening, Sue.
Oh, have we met? Oh yes, it's the gamekeeper, isn't it?
Ah, that's right.
Oh, excuse me, that's mine I think.
You won't be showing around the woods tonight then, sir?
Tequilas? What are we for tequilas?
It's a Mexican spirit, so you drink it with lemon and salt.
Well, you best tell them this is Yorkshire. We don't do that sort of thing in Dales.
I cannot wait. Look. Eyes. Look. Look. Eyes. Look. Look at me. Look.
Sorry, I'm coming.
This way. Look. Eyes. Eyes. Look at me. Eyes. So. You can't go in there. That way. Or that way.
I told Joe. He knew what to do if something went wrong,
You should
Dad.
tell him anything. Very well, understand that?
I'm in the morning.
You just got it.
I want to go.
I'm your father, Rachel. I wanted to see you, Rachel. What's wrong with that?
Because it's not fair on Joe, or me, or Mark. You're making us lie to them. Idea about going to see Mum, haven't you?
Hey, that way.
Oh, that's right, yes.
I want you to go and wait. No, I know exactly what you mean. It's the same for me. I'm still trying to persuade farmers around here that I know what I'm doing. They're a bit heavy sometimes, do they? Only what you might expect. I have to prove myself that I'm put up with jokes about ghouls and young lasses. I manage.
Nick's like that sometimes.
Where is he?
He's doing a bit of overtime. I ought to go and get his tea, really.
Yeah, get his own. Come on, it's your go.
Yeah, why not? After all, he's quite old enough to look after himself.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's a bit of an honour, really. Means I've picked out some potential high flyer.
George!
What are we going to do? We're split into teams, compete against each other getting around the course, and we'll be monitored all the time. Then the report will be sent back to our employer.
As long as the kids don't want to send me on them.
Well, I suppose if you're just a farmhand or a stableman, you don't need to.
Yeah, it's alright.
blame me. The old man's idea to hire out. It's nothing to do with me.
I'd sit there with a bunch of women take over my old bar. You should have stood up to a man like letting them go all over your life. You were all in favour, step out of the stone. Standing there.
Not why Zoe actually saw it. She's supposed to go for a drink with me. Stick to me. I don't think Zoe will like that.
Wouldn't mind to bang them from going back in the future.
Yes, I don't know. Okay.
Won't be just them, all of them. And all of it front row back.
I still think the one in the blue dress was a crack.
We've got to tell Joe.
You can't do that.
We found Dad. Well, what's fair? It's not fair Dad coming back here and expecting us to cover up for him, is it?
Well, he's just wanting to see us.
Yeah, well, what if he gets caught? Joe'd be furious.
He's not gonna get caught.
I feel like I'm betraying Joe. It's been so good to us.
If you tell Joe, you're betraying Dad, aren't you?
Yeah, well, that's just it, isn't it, Mark? I feel as if I'm stuck between the two of them. I just wish he'd never come.
Joe need never know. If Dad goes away and nobody knows he was here, what's the point of telling Joe?
Yes, it is. We've got to get him to leave as soon as possible. We've got to get him away.
What are you doing?
Wiping all your mess up.
That way. Now.
I don't trust you.
Here's to family. McCain sponsors Emmerdale.
You seen it? Oh, you seen it?
Our trip down memory lane continues now on ITV with more classic Emmerdale.
Calling in for you. Say a word to it. Turn the lights off and put a lamp on somewhere.
Here's to tap dancing. Here's to family. McCain sponsors Emmerdale.
You, this way. George, come on. Wee.
Up in the tap room for the rest of the evening, having a good old moan, and we played darts with the women. What, even Chris? I think he got on with them. We want to show solidarity with the men. You'll enjoy it, really. The boys together, having a go at women. It was a bit of a cheat, though, taking over the whole bar. Oh, it was a bit of fun, though. Even though some of them were a bit sniffy. Like that one there. We don't know
Why don't we just slope off and have lunch somewhere? We could go to Harrogate's, take Betty's, do a bit of shopping. We've got to do it properly. We're to be assessed, remember? Oh, all right. What have we got to do? Follow this route on the map, picking up markers at various stages. What about lunch? Didn't you listen to the briefing at all? Didn't see the point. Only you were taking down every word. Oh, come on, let's go. The sooner we start, the sooner it'll be over. I don't see how marching about the countryside in new walking boots and barbers is supposed to develop mountain skills.
It's just a nice day out in the country, really. All right for some. Suppose we better get back to the stables and hot kitchen stove. Be nice if Kim sent us on mountain boots.
Pull to the exit. Wasn't you late? So you have a train the other way. Thanks. And you kissing the airing coming? Yeah, Martin. That's how you used to. Hey, Ray. What you on?
Yeah?
You're doing that.
You need to push him, Joe. No, really, but you've got to keep up the time, don't you?
Tell them, that's what we have to do.
Joe, you managed to order some winter food before the
Yeah, what are you doing? Were you listening to that? Great track game, man.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Sorry, couldn't hear myself think.
No.
It is seriously crucial.
Come on, otherwise we're going to be late.
Bye guys.
See you later.
Yeah.
Honestly, Joe,
What?
great track.
All before your time, that's your problem.
He hates pop music. Now he is Radio 1 full whack because he thinks we like it.
Yeah, but what's so wrong with that?
He's just trying too hard to make us a woman, that's all.
Yeah.
Cooking, ironing, with music and that.
Yeah, I wish you were.
Okay.
He's just trying to take an interest, that's all.
So, you just got to grit your teeth and grin and bear it.
No, taking a little.
Hey!
I heard you. Well, wicked. Seriously crucial. Well, if we don't hurry up, we're going to be well late.
Do you reckon he picks up from school tonight?
Yeah, well, it depends if I can skype off work early or not. If I don't make it, I'll see you at the mill about 5, alright?
Yeah.
We should go down the hill and follow the fence. That will get us back onto the footpath.
But according to the compass, that's totally the wrong direction. Here.
There was no point in me looking. I wasn't paying any attention.
Well, in that case, we'll go my way. Okay?
Really, follow the fence now.
Well, yes, as I said to the other brother, I'm inquiring about a prisoner, Mrs. Kate Sullivan. Yes, I'm a husband. Yes, I'll hold.
Oh, Seth! Right glad to see you.
All right.
I need your help, Seth.
I've got work to do. You can't stand around here chatting all day.
Well, Jo's up there. She sprained her ankle. She can't walk any further.
Oh.
And we're lost.
You've got to ring somebody then. I want to be involved on my phone.
We've got them with us. Oh, please, Seth, can you help me get Phil down?
She's the snooty one, isn't she? She's the one who thinks we're all a bunch of yokels. I feel like you've been needing my help.
Do you want one?
Oh, it's a no.
So, will you help us then?
Well, I'm supposed to be back at Fish Farm to meet Mr. Turner. I should be on my way.
Another whiskey? How's the smell, you think?
Probably mice.
Don't say that. I hate mice. I don't believe it.
Demons. Children.
I'm trying, don't push me.
How long have you been?
Would you like a cup of coffee?
No.
Well, I would. This might be clear up.
Hey.
Looks like another Jim McDonald. Jim McDonald from Coronation Street. so close but far.
There you are, lads. That'll warm you up. Want to drop a whiskey in it?
Please.
What about you?
That would be very nice, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, we've only got to do the now then.
Well, we've got 4 more markers to get, and we're supposed to end up here. But thank Dan. Just get us back to a road we want to back to Hen Farm. What do you think, Joe? Sounds like a very good idea.
I won't look very good when you get back to London, though, would you?
No? Who cares?
Well, while you're here, why not finish it? Get in and I'll drive you.
We've got to go down there and across the stream. We can't go in the car.
You'd be surprised where is the awful spring do. Get in, lad.
So we've been, you alright? Sometimes what? You can't see.
Well, I'm not sure. Let me come and keep that off.
What about the weekend?
Well, you couldn't leave the wife from the whole weekend, did you?
I wasn't planning the entire weekend, just an hour or so.
Oh, fair. Well, actually, I don't know what my plans will be. I would like to spend a bit of time myself. I'll let you know.
Okay. Right, back to business, I suppose. Listen, I've got a call at the office before I drop you off. You don't mind, do you? You're an angel.
Oh, wait for me!
You will. I won't leave you. There's one indoors. They might leave you. Oh, come on! You want me to laugh?
Here's to family time. Here's to family. McCain sponsors Emmerdale. Here's to family. All of them.
That's better.
Here's to family. McCain sponsors Emmerdale.
You must be joking. We can't drive down that.
Of course we can.
Oh, Matt!
You don't want to get that last marker, don't you?
Yes, but it's horrendous. We'll tip over.
Now, Louise, I know what I'm doing. If I don't tell you to how to do your high-powered jobs, so just let me get on with what I know.
Your hands. I can't stand much more. Oh, wow, this is brilliant! Ah! This is great. That's fantastic. You going faster? Oh! I can do this, Chris.
Why are you got a great voice?
Oh, it's standing on this platform. Feel exposed.
Do alright once you get started.
So you can play that after all?
Yeah, man of many talents. Ready? I'll be the first note of the chorus, then you come in.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. We're just this side of life. Just this side of me. Do it, Chris.
Okay, let's try take me all of the way, take me all the way. There's so much to say and to give. 2, 3, 4, 1. We're just this side of life.
Okay, get the first note then.
This? Yep.
It's too high. Because you're not going to play that on the night, are you?
Well, I was, yeah.
It doesn't sound right. I don't think I can sing to it.
Alright, why don't we try the piano? It'll be alright, alright.
Why don't you take things a bit too seriously? I mean, it is only the village concert after all.
You and I go and be the star of the Curate's concert when you like it or not.
Thanks very much, Mr. Armstrong. Yeah, thanks, Seth.
Mr. Armstrong?
Don't forget it. Oh, you?
Yeah, you better have that back.
Oh, that was our bargain.
I won't tell it to you so it would be in.
I don't know.
I know, but I'd like you to have it anyway, really.
Alright. It'll come in at me on cold nights when I'm showing sunlight around my woods.
I might come back and maybe show me around sunlight, Seth. Thanks. See you.
Frozen. That flaming dolly when her boyfriend came round here this dinner time.
Didn't catch you, did they?
Of course not. He snuck outside the right stairs. Well, of course, she locked up behind her when she left. I think most of them were in Norwich. It's not funny. You packing in, Rachel? What could have been streaming? Anything could have happened.
It didn't, did it?
No, thanks to you. Oh, for God's sake, why couldn't we find somewhere safer to stay?
They'd let us know
Oh
you
my
were
God.
They booked you into a flaming 5-star
It's not,
hotel.
is it?
Somebody'd seen you.
Yeah. They'd reported you to the police. You'd been arrested and they'd put you away. And we could have
No,
got
it
a bit
can't
of
be.
peace. Why else should I? I'm
Back in the day, it can't be.
For not looking after him properly.
Back in the day,
We're doing the best we
can't
can.
be.
It's not our problem, it's his. Don't
Can't
should
say
I?
it.
Why have you come back here? What because of you, me?
Because of my
No,
you
no.
didn't write the newspapers. What the hell do you think we're playing at, eh? How did it go? Teenage temptress?
David
Six-foot Rachel Spike?
Benz.
Was that it, eh?
David Benz.
Rubbish.
No, it can't be. Can't be. No, God, I don't know. I don't know.
Joe, be up Pete Whiteley. Why don't you try it on me?
I might be wrong.
I should have shot Joe when I had the chance.
Oh, God.
Did your dad?
I don't really know, I don't.
So, how was that?
It's great. Just get this Joanna tuned up. It'll be terrific.
I'm so nervous.
Don't. I've got a lovely voice. It'll be fine, honestly. It's good.
Do we have to?
Yes, the more you practice it now, the less nervous you'll be on the night.
When was you at the piano, Road and Seth?
Don't worry, I shall be here. I've got one more time and we'll go and have a drink. Right, head up and sing to the back of the hall.
From the beginning? I mean, from the top.
That's the one.
We're just this side of love. Just this side of being alive. You and I both know how to feel it so. It's good and it's gonna get better. We're just this side of love.
And that is what they should bring in Emmerdale now, as it is now. I'll get more views for Emmerdale. Yes.
Would this have anything to do with the fact I haven't been able to get over you, Yes?
Well, them lasses were in a terrible state, so I did what any self-respecting bloke would have done. I gave them an helping hand.
I don't even want to bother to employ you. No, Rachel. What would you like?
Mr. Turner, buy a poppy, do your bit for Queen and Country, eh?
Oh my God, look at this guy.
Rachel?
Yeah, Rachel. What's the same cause as this fat one?
He's been... No. There's a door there now. And the optics used to be.
And then when they come back, Joe Puttercast to look after him. That's very humanitarian, isn't it?
Joe wouldn't be here at all if it wasn't got the name of a bloke.
Remember that. Well, not to provide for them. I'd rather look forward to peace and backwards towards war.
Attitudes. You and your white poppies, you never leave.
Hang on a minute. I'm interested. I've read about these white poppies.
Well, that's right, I got it from Tony over at church.
Absolutely just even a Christian is entitled to his opinion, he's not entitled to be insulted.
How can wanting peace be insulted?
Sorry, Rachel. I'm afraid you don't know what you're talking about. You're far too young to know what it were like or how people feel about these things.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to see it from that point of view, Dad. I'm not moaning. It's just been pretty tough. But you're alright. These years have been that good for you, haven't they?
We will.
What I'm trying to say is that I don't think it's the right to come barging back into our lives, treat us like 5-year-olds, and then be surprised when Rachel blows up the way she did. She's 19, Dad. Mum's in prison, you're on the run, Rachel's ex-boyfriend's been
It's like Coronation Street there. Definitely like Coronation Street there. Coronation Street classic.
Spend the time going to nightclubs and parties. Having fun. Talking about prison visit.
When I was 16, I was going to talk to Dad like this.
I think this man is a compliment. Go on, sit down.
Do you hate me?
No, I don't hate you.
Do you understand why I've come back?
No. Why does it ring? I don't know.
Been tough for you, hasn't it, old son? Suppose I would have my thumbs, isn't it?
No, if I said it wasn't.
It's good to do that. Right lying to all my problems.
The police had Julia?
Yeah, that's what goes in my pocket in the 30s. That's what Tony Charlton said.
Well, it seems alright, this Tony.
He is broad-minded, which is more than I can say for the narrow-minded so-and-sos around here.
Yeah, we should support him. It's been really good to Mum. You know, it really annoys me when everyone ever thought he always thinks they know better than us. We've all got our own lives to lead. We've all started from the same point. And they've had to learn just the same as us.
Listening, neighbours.
Archie.
So what's that should do then?
She goes to war with all the right here.
Yeah, we could go to the service as well. Then no one can accuse us of not knowing how people think about things.
Just because you've settled for middle-aged complacency, no need to take it out on me. Middle-aged? You think you are a spring chicken? All I'm saying is, having two teenagers around makes you more aware of what's going on. They keep you young. Yeah, well, you don't have to try to be. You want to look up to you, not treat you as me. Yeah, but Jack, with Kate, well, with Kate where she is, I'm probably a mother and a father to her. Yeah, I understand. Any news on it? Not that it's anything to be on. You know, visiting. It's how they put it. I don't know, I suppose that many people in prison are beginning to sound like them. Oh yeah. It's up to date, the bookstore and that. You don't even know about being a prisoner. Oh, alright. What would you rather be into? Pop music or prisoner's rights? Ah, there you are. I never thought you'd be young Rachel. I thought you were a sensible lass. For what? Was it indeed? You'd think she had more respect for her elders. She had a right to her opinion. So I was Tony Charlton, not 22 footage, the impressionable young folk to turn into left-wing subversives. Everybody believes Vickers, even when they are only cured. But I'd never have thought of young Rachel as a subversive. Anyway, the young folk have decided to turn out for the memorial service on Saturday. Rachel talking about Archie now. We still need to encourage his doings. No need at all. I don't know how he did it. I think they were talking about puppies. Talking about that. I mean, that card trick as Archie were rehearsing for concert. Oh, well, can't be that hard. Well, one line's supposed to come out all red and t'other all black, only it doesn't. Churchill did it. Archie was saying as Churchill worked out how to do this trick when he was shown it. That's why it's called Churchill's trick. He applied all his great powers of strategy and deduction. So I'm going to be ready to... I think Archie's applied all his great powers of waffle and deceit there. You will be right, Mr. Wilkes. People like Archie just have no respect. You're enjoying being on side of Dora. Well, sitting out there with your chair. It's restful, I have to say. I'm quite worn out already. It's still a strain. Not now I was before I had my little turn. You're still enjoying being back in Hans? Well, I always do it most of the time. It says I've not been thinking about my position yet. Getting a little younger, of course. Maybe it is time to have a rest. A proper rest.
Yeah, well, we all have to rest ourselves.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll go back and look after the bar.
Oh, Henry, there you are. Another one for us. Well, Amos is all right. He's not having a relapse, is he?
I don't know, Alan. I really don't. He keeps saying he thinks he's mastered. Keep jollying along, but...
Oh, just enjoy being crossed over.
I think it's a bit more serious than that. It's sorry to the time.
See? Hang on a minute. I don't think they would have ended it there. In the middle of the night. It's a bit... I think it's a bit too short there. A bit too short. That bit, they should have carried it on in that bit. In them days, they should have carried it on.
Here's to family. McCain's sponsors Emmerdale.
Going back to the early days now on ITV3, and it's even better the second time around. Sit back and enjoy classic Emmerdale.
Here's to your second family. Here's to family. McCain sponsors Emmerdale.
How's that Woolpack?
Come on, Mark. I told Archie that you'd go.
What do I want to go to church for?
Because we want as many people there as possible. Archie's going to lay a roof of white puppies.
White puppies?
They're a symbol of peace. Amos was going on about how we're insulting the dead. But we're all going to go and wear our white puppies anyway.
Shouldn't you just remember the status of all points here? It means a great deal to people like Amos. And me. I lost family in both wars too, you know.
Yes, I know that, Annie. That's what we want to do. We want to show that we care as well. But we want to show that we don't glorify war. So, are you going to come then, Mark? Right. See you then.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go and buy a newspaper.
Well, who's on here, though?
I want another one.
That girl's up to something. Do you know what it is, Mark?
Well, shut up.
Do you know, the Emmerdale, they don't show that in the Raw. They show, oh my god, I'm getting blasted here.
There, Mr. Wilkes, will I do?
They don't show the same as they show in Emmerdale now.
About yourself. Thank you very much. We'll show me. All them was going to be a figure in all them wishy-washy liberals and curates who weren't even there at time. All them youngsters who owe their very existence to sacrifices of our gallant lads. Don't get too excited about it. It makes my blood boil every time I put it out. White poppies indeed. Well, I won't wear one myself, but I don't think that's how it was intended. Maybe right, but that makes it even worse. We just take it all for granted, this generation, but that none of them even bothered to turn up for the service. Well, I don't know how you can say that. Archie was really quite sincere about it. Which they don't care about anything, especially Archie Brooks. Now look, let's not go over the top. This generation have had their losses. I mean, look at the Falklands. You wouldn't seriously wish more on them, would you? Well, there you are then. We've all had our losses. That's what today's about. Maybe I'm just getting all used to it. Yeah, I'm not obsessed with it. The world's caught up with me. I don't understand it anymore. I need to get away from it all. Talking about the time, maybe. Well, we need to discuss it properly. Now, to discuss yet, Mr. Hooks. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm just going along to the morning and have a few quiet thoughts for myself before that curate comes along with his white poppies and wishy-washy nonsense.
Oh, there's sandwiches.
No, I thought we'd go out for dinner. Would you like that?
Yeah. Where are we gonna go?
You can choose.
Morning.
Morning.
Hi, Sam. Morning.
So you're out for the day, are you?
Yep.
Where are you going?
Climbing. Yeah, absolutely love.
Should enjoy that.
Oh, yes, looking forward to it, aren't we? Yeah.
Have fun. Oh, no, Charlie.
I thought it was charity, bloody dingle.
I can get rid of him on Monday. I'm sorry. Oh, nothing special. We've just looked at Calthorpe Park. We can get rid of some of his energy on the rocks up there. Wow, we get so fed up being cooped inside all day. Yes, it's okay. Bye.
Sam says he's looking forward to racing you to the top of the rocks. Is that still the plan?
Oh yes, of course it is. I'm going to have a lovely day.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have flown off the handle yesterday.
It's alright.
You fancy a coffee?
No thanks.
Oh, come on, look, don't be angry still.
I'm not.
It's only, being here, cooped up all the time, I'm not used to it. Makes me edgy.
Well, it's just when you get arrested and sent to prison. Think how edgy you'd be then.
You spoken to your mum yet? I need to see her, Rachel.
Yeah, you and me both, Dad. And Mark and Joe. We're all trying to get a business in order. Just have to wait in line with the rest of us.
Look, it's all right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so am I.
Just relax and we'll sit there. I'll make you some coffee then. What is that, Russian sound? What's going on? I can't remember that now. It used to be on parade every year. Go on, get off.
Yeah. What did I tell you? They're all here. Packing full of Mr. Woods wearing them things. It's an insult. I don't know how Cura can allow it. Well, from what I understand, it was his idea in the first place. Precisely. It's a disgrace.
That's right. She's on the way. She'll be late on. I wanted everybody to be here.
I thought you were going to hear Aretha, actually.
Yeah, I did this morning.
Yeah, well, someone's taking it away.
I've got a good idea, who and all.
Amos, what have you been up to? Note. May not be your way, but there was much right as yours.
You be careful! I will if you will. Yay!
Morning, Dolly. I didn't know you had it in you.
What on earth are you doing?
Do you always climb Kelthwaite Crag on your day off?
No, only when Ben Nevis is fully booked. Bring your wife, did you?
No. She's not as adventurous as you.
Come on down, I don't want you up there without me. Yes. Look, I'm not being rude, Charlie, but I really did want to spend the day with my son.
I'm not stopping you.
No,
I'm
but
not ashamed of that, either.
No. But it's like I said on the phone. I hardly have any time to be alone with him to, well, you know, be silly like this.
I can be silly with the best of them, Dolly, you know that. Hi, Sam. My name's Charlie, I'm a friend of your mum's. Well, I think your mum could do with a nice hot cup of coffee. And have you? Perhaps something a little stronger?
Well, that would be very nice, Nathan. Right now, I'm going to climb up there with you. Go on, race you to the top. Up you go. Oh, there's nothing to stop you following us if you want to.
So?
So I don't want him to.
You won't mind.
I mind? I'm having fun with my son.
So what?
Liar.
Oh, really? I really enjoy scrambling around cold, wet rocks on a bleak November day. It's great stuff.
Yes, well, I think we've about had enough of it, isn't it?
Can we all go for lunch now, please?
We?
Oh, Dolly, I deserve lunch.
Sam? Yes? You hungry?
Right, well, there's this nice little pub I know not far from here.
Oh, Charlie, I really don't want to take Sam into a drink.
Oh, can't he, oh, that's nice.
Besides, I promised him he could choose where we ate. What do you fancy, love? Burgers and strawberry milkshake.
Burgers.
Right, we'll go to that place just outside Horton. Go on, run along to the car before you catch your death.
Burgers. The things I do for you, Dolly.
Oh, don't do it then. You go and have your pub lunch. You'll go on yourself out.
Oh, no, they say you should experience everything at least once, including burgers.
Yes,
You take your car, shall we?
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them. Who will? Who will remember Tom Biggerton, who at the age of 18 died at Passion Day? Or Matthew Barden, who lost his life at Ypres? I won't. I didn't know them. But all of these young men, Jonathan Price, Frederick Hanley, all the rest, they went to war in the hope that peace would be achieved as a result. This is what we remember. This is what we honor. I'm glad to see so many young people here today, alive. And with God's grace, part of a generation that will work for peace as it flourishes in peace, and not be decimated in war. So wear your red poppy, and remember the past with pride. But let us also wear our white poppies, and look to the future with hope.
This afternoon? That would be great. Thanks very much. Bye. That was the prison chaplain. He's going to see Kate this afternoon.
What's going on, Jim?
He didn't know, but he's going to try and get her to phone him.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes. In 3 weeks now, Mark. Far too long. And there's nothing I can do about it. That were a very moving service, Toby. Thank you.
So I'm forgiven then, Mr. Greeley, am I? The white poppies.
Still don't see why you want to change things. It's already dead as matters.
That's true. I suppose it's different for our generation.
Well, that's precisely my point. You youngsters don't remember war like we do.
No. Ours is the first generation that for the most part hasn't been directly involved in war. In a way, the white poppy represents our hope that at least 1 or 2 generations will never know their pain and sorrow. That's something worth supporting, isn't it?
I've not thought of it like that. Look, will you excuse me? There's something I must do. Can I buy you a pint? No.
I'll take an apple juice off you.
Thought you would. Go away.
Here's to Insolvency Sliders. Here's to funding. McCain sponsors Emmerdale.
I will not sign the order. Stop the carriage.
I'm afraid there is no choice, ma'am.
I must return to London.
What sort of trick do you play on me? What sort of trick do you play on her?
A new series of Victoria continues tomorrow at 9 on ITV. Catch up on ITV Hub.
Poirot, monsieur. Poirot. The psychology is fascinating. Someone would be killed. Sometimes what we accept as the truth may not be the full story. There is here amongst us a murderer.
Agatha Christie's Poirot continues Wednesday at 8 on ITV3.
Here's to Simply Library. Here's to family. McCain sponsors Emmerdale.
You will have to explain to me. I can't. I'm still not losing my temper.
We can't do it. No point in fighting, Mark. What are you talking about, Mark?
Yeah, well.
Well, you did. I spoke to the chaplain this morning and he's going to get the phone here this afternoon.
Did you do that?
Yeah, apparently. We can arrange it on special compassionate grounds.
That'd be brilliant. Take it, everybody. I'm just ready.
Mark, so you and Andy were looking at this afternoon?
I will do all this. I'm looking for a few odd jobs for Donny.
So what jobs?
Leaving the radiators. That's off them.
It hasn't even gone there, is it?
You probably look short there and dream about standing out.
Yeah.
I shouldn't think so. But whatever you do up there, make sure you're back early to speak to him on the phone.
We'll need to take your poppy box back to the first meeting. Don't you want to drop it yourself?
You can take it back if you like. Take me.
That'll do nicely. Perhaps next year I can persuade you to have a white coffee box as well.
Never let it be said as Amos really was an unreasonable man. I may not agree with him, and I believe that was sincere belief, however misguided. Yeah, take that for your peace campaigners and your communists. Yes. Thank you.
So, where were you in the war then, Sam?
Italian campaign, same as Amos.
So you and Amos must be about the same age?
It's very surprising, Tony, but I've got quite a few years on set. It's just that I've led a purer life.
How old are you then, Sam?
I'm saying, but the figure is, it must be a year older than 12. So anybody who forgets to buy me a card is in trouble.
Same day.
Really? Do you have a joint celebration?
They have been known to come in here and disgrace themselves.
Nobody's getting suspicious of it, How do you make sure to spend all the time down here?
No. I'm not killing anybody. That's Rachel's not. I've got an excuse.
What's that?
I told you. We're supposed to be doing odd jobs for the woman who owns this place.
Yeah, doing odd jobs.
Yeah. Right now I'm supposed to be bleeding to radiators.
Is that what you told me?
From the map.
Because there doesn't seem to be a lot of points, son. Bleeding radiators when there's nobody living.
We ran out of our septic stuff to wash the others in. I've got to order any more.
Well, we may have some spare in the shed, I don't know.
Is it better?
Yeah, we do need it.
Sorry.
I don't worry, it's not your fault. Joe's supposed to look after the audience.
I did say I'd do it.
Yeah, well, we've all got too much on our plate at the moment. Look, I'm just going to pop up to the middle. I'll try and borrow some from somewhere on the way back. When you go and put your feet up.
Hi, buddy. Run on in. It'll only be a second, alright?
You can ask me for a drink, Dolly.
No, I was going to ask him if she'd have Sam for half an hour, so I can take you back to your car.
Well, that's no fun.
Look, Charlie, I want to talk to you.
Sounds serious.
Yes, it is. Look, if you just hang on for a minute while I sort Sam out, I'll get you back to your car.
You silly Dolly, I'll come with you.
No.
You won't mind. We'll have a little chat and then we'll spend the evening together.
No, Charlie.
Don't play hard to get.
Hey, Molly. Charlie.
Hello, Alan. I was just wondering how to get Charlie back to his car. He's left it at Heathcote Crag. And I was just saying that I really need to go and look at Sam.
That's okay. I've got to just see Zoe for a moment, but we'll look after Charlie. Why would she be here?
Just come in.
I'm going to get off. I'm going to get home at Christmas.
Don't you forget to give her my love.
Someone's coming. Go in the kitchen. Take that. I'll put this in. Hiya.
Hi, Mark. Joe said you were here.
Yeah, I'm just doing some odd jobs for Dolly. Thought I'd bleed the radiators.
Well, seems a bit pointless with no one living here.
Don't think.
It'd make more sense to check the insulation. You give us a hand.
Yeah, sure. Do you think we could do some more time? I'm expecting more to me.
Yeah, I'll give you a lift.
Alright, thanks.
Don't worry, Mark. I'll still put a good word with Sandy. You looked a little fraught,
Oh, I was. I just spent the entire day with him, and I was damned if I were going to spend the evening with him as well.
Yeah, Charlie can't be a bit intrusive.
I was so relieved when you turned up.
You're not going on with it.
Well, I can't say you didn't warn me. I think you were right, Alan.
Is it?
No, it's nothing nasty. It's just that I don't think it's the sort of relationship I want. Not that I know what sort of relationship I do want.
Unfortunately, it's not one you really want.
Well, I do most things. It's just... Well, when you're a woman on your own, there's such pressures on you sometimes. Everybody keeps saying, when are you going to settle down again, when are you going to get married? And if you don't want to, or, well, you haven't met the right person, nobody can believe that you're happy. Then you start to think, right.
You wouldn't go out this hall because you really want to.
Or because you think it might be a bit of fun. But then they want more from a relationship than you do, and it stops being fun.
Check me at the word then. Put your feet up.
Why not?
Yeah, I can't really shoot that. I've just seen Mark down at the road. He's very strange. Shifty.
perhaps he was meeting someone there. He's 16, maybe 17. Sunday afternoon, empty house.
Got a girlfriend?
He has been known. I know the male species are late developers, but sooner or later they all get round to it.
Do you really think so?
I don't know really. But then none of us do. We've all been so wrapped up in our own problems, we've none of us paid much attention to the kids. I know Joe's trying hard.
Trying too hard, it does me.
Perhaps we should help him a bit. There'd be no harm done if we all took a bit more interest in him. Especially me and Rachel. She must be missing Kate. The girls need another woman to talk to.
You haven't told us how the service went.
Oh, it was really nice, even though they almost was run over in the end.
Oh, it's Colin. Yeah, look mate, can I call you back? I'm not expecting you to have to pay for something. Yeah, cheers mate. Colin James.
How about the radiators?
Mark,
Oh.
I'm just trying to talk to you.
Sorry.
How were the radiators?
Yeah, it seems a bit daft trying to believe the radiators. There's no one living there.
So what did you do?
John came up. I sorted things out.
Does anyone want to go to your suits?
Oh no, thanks, I'm quite comfortable here. I don't mind a cup of tea though.
Right. Do you want one as well, Joe?
If you like. Well, Farm? Yes, this is Mr. Joe something. Well, I can see, well, look, is Kate there? Oh, yeah. Thank you. I see. Isn't there anything we can do? Thanks very much.
What's happened?
The champion, he saw Kate this afternoon and she won't sign the order for me to visit him. She doesn't want to see me.
You off to school?
Yeah, what's that about?
What's that?
You stashing your brain like it's on fire. You got a secret admirer?
Chance would be a fine thing.
Right, I know. You're not even going to have a nice sculpture?
I always find those things a little ostentatious. Besides, they melt.
You can at least bring for a chocolate fountain. I can't be posting pics of just a cake and a few samosas. How sad is that?
You realize this party isn't happening just to increase your Instagram rating?
Right. Look, I am really sorry. I have no idea how it could have happened. But we'll get you a whole new box, free of charge, of course. I'll have it packed and sent out today. But, yeah, I promise.
Ooh, that didn't sound good.
No. And you were in charge of his order yesterday.
Was? If you say so.
The whole thing was completely mixed up. I told you, quality control is really important.
It was fine when I packed it. I checked and everything. I mean, it's not rocket science, is it?
Then, my office. Now.
Oh, there she is. Miss Happy Slap.
Do you really want to start this again?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, good.
It's a bit early, isn't it? The trouble.
I just wanted to let her know she's in my thoughts. And I've no intention of starting anything today.
Not that you ask my opinion, but hasn't this gone on long enough?
Oh, don't worry. I've got higher priorities than Debbie Dingle right now. I've got an errant son to track down.
Ah, yes, about that. I'm not sure what you expect me to do now his number's been disconnected.
You keep looking. What else?
It's all a bit weird. The strangest thing here. Bullies my dad. Can't get my head around him.
Yeah, but it'll get less weird the more you get to know him, won't it?
Yeah, that's why I'm giving it a go. It just feels a bit odd. You're right.
Oh, I've had worse. I think it were 97 when Jimmy McCarthy clotheslined me in Blackpool.
That's a phrase I never want to explain.
Oh, he snapped me arm so bad I swear you could see him going months to him. This, walk in the park.
When's the sling coming off?
Oh, I don't know, but I wouldn't want to risk it for a while.
Well, the doctor didn't say.
Well, he was a bit vague. Mind you, he did reckon that having the massaged helps.
I think I'll leave that to Paddy.
Yeah, I can help with that. It's a medical thing, isn't it? That's what I am. I'm a medical man. I think I'm qualified to do that.
As a vet, I don't expect you would want to get down on all fours, do you?
What about you, love, eh? You, me, squirt a baby, oh, we'd be away.
How's about me a brew instead?
Aye. Oh, yeah, that'll do. You're a diamond. I'm dead sorry about the outrageous. It's just that I'm not used to the bike.
I'm just glad you're alright. Could have been a lot worse than dodgy arm.
Screw the bike anyway, I thought you had a camper van.
Yeah, but it's in the shop having a refit. I borrowed the bike off a mate.
I reckon you could do that with some license first.
Listen, don't worry about the fence. Aaron's going to come over later and fix it. Be a chance to get to know each other. Because you're both family.
Are you sure you don't need anything before I go?
Again, I'm fine. Thank you. Is it alright if I take Rhoda out to play later? Rona's dad?
I don't know. Depends where.
Just over the Woolley. Pre-birthday drink, fancy it?
If I'm allowed?
No heavy lifting. I'll see you two later.
Okay. I love him. I love him. He's driving me insane.
Sure as he cares.
To the point of suffocation. I mean, it's not helped by the fact that I've done nothing for the last 5 weeks. I cannot tell you how bored I am. Although not as bored as you, apparently.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, I've not been sleeping much. I've been looking after Mike's dogs. Again.
Not the state of the business that's been keeping me awake then.
Don't you worry about that. Just concentrate on getting better.
I can't just ignore it, Ness. This is our livelihood. I feel trapped here, and I'm not ready to be made redundant just yet.
Oh, what's that?
Thanks, it's going to a good cause, I promise.
Homelessness, is it?
Yeah, sometimes people forget that it's a year-round problem, so I thought a drive leading up to Easter might be a good idea. Wednesday day off? Nah, just want to chill. That's it tomorrow. I have to work all the harder now, Jay's planning to ditch people. Oh, is that definitely happening then? Well, I hope not, but you can never tell with him. I mean, we're supposed to be overstaffed, but he still gave his princess stepsister a job. And I'm guessing she wouldn't be first in line for the chop, would she? Well, depends if she deserves it. Who knows? Mean what? Just that she's fireproof, like you say. I mean, she's family. Even if it does ache.
It was so humiliating. And it was just get your things and go. No thanks for all your hard work. Nothing.
You've only been there for 5 minutes.
You're supposed to be on my side.
I am. Are you sure you didn't do anything else? I can't believe Rishi wouldn't step in if it was just over a mix-up.
I love the way you supported me here. Do you have any idea what it's like to be told you're not bright enough to shove chocolates in a box?
Go and sit down. I'll get you a coffee.
Here. Trouble?
My son-in-law has just sacked my daughter. So, yeah.
Oh, you know
nothing about that. Dawn.
What happened to keeping our people out of each other's way?
I tried.
Try harder.
This isn't just my problem.
Sorry, who snapped who?
Well, because I was there to step in. What's your excuse?
Well, as long as there's no repeat performance.
There won't be.
I can't complain. It's been so sweet. You'll have to live with it either way. You've still got at least a fortnight before you come back. Yeah, actually, what? I want to know. Look, I'm feeling much better. We're supposed to have the full 6 weeks. It's hard enough having to do anyway, that's the problem.
Interesting. When you consider what I offered you.
We like to pick and choose who we do business with. No offence.
Yeah, and how's that working for you? None taken.
I hate to admit it, but she's got a point. Listen, we can turn it around. How? Well, we've got that bargain basement vets up the road. Well, look, I can start to drum up my business when I get back. Seriously. What's up this?
Yeah, apparently he rode up on his motorbike and took down the fence.
Ah, that's how he injured his arm.
Yeah. And all those years, and Paddy never knew he had a father. Alright, Tom.
Well, just like me and my dad. So, look at us now. Communication, that's the key. Oh, sorry. See ya.
I don't get it. I swear that order was right. I don't understand how it could have happened. I didn't do this. I'm accused of a crime I did not commit.
Don't back the melodrama, Aisha. You're not facing an electric chair. I wish he's not picking up.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Oh? Somebody else?
We're just going to leave this.
Didn't need to get fired.
Seriously? You deliberately sabotaged her work. What did you think was going to happen?
I don't know. I thought they'd keep her on anyway. She's family.
Good call.
Okay, I'm sorry, but there's not much I can do about it now.
You can't just leave and forget it. You need to tell Jay what happened and get Aisha a job back.
I don't have to do anything. You need to get off my back. It's none of your business.
Here's to friends, the family you get to choose. Here's to family, McCain sponsors Emmerdale.
Hey, where'd you get that?
Found it.
What?
Got it.
I love the spring. Just being able to sit out and get some fresh air.
Yeah, so does most of the village. Maybe a few more picnic tables.
I know, I don't really like that.
How about it, what?
Yeah, a little beer garden, it really suits. I thought that ever since we moved here. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
It'll take you ages like that. You need to get yourself an ordinary answer.
Okay. Bit of a card, isn't it? Yeah, it's a card, yeah. I was not great when you did orders, and I couldn't help but notice that that's what you were doing.
Well, I'd do the job myself if I could, I wouldn't I?
What am I for killing you? Me? No. I've been super best mate Paddy might be every now and then. He's been weird, hasn't he?
Ben, this is Sam and his other half idiot. Oh yeah?
How are you doing?
Fine, thanks.
Nice to meet you, Sam. Likewise. No, son, again. Ansel. I mean, what do you think you're going to do with that?
Going to tell you.
Okay, I think I'm getting some hostility here.
No, I mean, when we knocked over my sister's memorial and give me orders all afternoon, why would it be hostile? Instead of anybody falling out, I thought we'd let off a little bit of steam using this. Everybody just had a little bit of a kick about.
I didn't realise you liked your footy.
He doesn't like football.
You know, you can't get involved, can you, because of your arm?
I could referee. Got a whistle.
I am literally at your beck and call.
Yeah. I know it's been a while.
Listen, I'm really sorry.
Forget it. It's in the past. I just needed to see you. Were you busy?
I reckon the world of IT can deal without me for a little bit. So, you got our issues up there?
Not on purpose. Alright, it was. A bit.
Home.
I have my reasons. I really, really can't lose this job.
I know it's hard, but no, I'm on your job.
Oh, come off it, Ryan. Who else is going to employ me? And we need to get some money together for when I get Lucas back. It's just a few quid a week from my wage packet. I thought it'd go towards helping find somewhere to live and that. Anyway, I'd barely begun when Jay started talking about being overstaffed. And then there's Aisha with a flash phone and a uni degree, and she doesn't even want to be there.
Send you under the bus.
Yeah. I've got a horrible feeling you're not going to say it's okay because she's rich. I'm going to have to come clean, aren't I? Go on. Go and buy some poor people an Easter egg.
I thought you were just going to give her a reprimand.
Well, what's the point, Dad? We're overstaffed. Aisha's no good for the job anyway. She thinks she's too good for it. There we go.
One mistake, or she's fired.
Look, man, before you kick off, it was my call, not his. We can't afford to lose the goodwill that she cost us.
Except I didn't.
You messed up the whole order.
No, I didn't. Holly gave her a fair go. She's only just started. I mean, even if she did mix that stuff up, which I didn't.
I realise that throwing piles of cash at useless things is something that you might do, but for the rest of us...
Alright, that's going too far.
You don't have to endure this. Oh, come on, it makes a change. It's not us.
Somewhere. We can't employ people who cost us.
Except I didn't.
Well, then who did? Because those chocolates didn't jump into the wrong boxes all by themselves.
Look, maybe I should step in before this goes too far. It was Dawn.
What?
Dawn was responsible for the mix-up. I thought she'd have spoken to you by now. I mean, I expect it was a mistake. She certainly didn't mean to get Aisha fired.
Really? Is that right?
Sure you don't want to sit this one out? It's being spectator.
I'm fine. I'm pregnant. That made it last.
They'd be good, son.
Let me that gives a chance.
Right. Are we ready?
Again? Seriously?
Contact with ball before I blow whistle. Let's start over, shall we? And we do it properly.
Pitch invasion.
Right. Can we please start?
You getting over the weirdness?
Yeah, I'm worried it's turning into something else now.
Which is?
Possibly dislike.
Well, at least you're doing your damnedest to keep her happy.
Yeah. Starts to feel like really hard work though.
I don't get it. I was nice to you.
I'm sorry, really.
I'm very disappointed. We gave you a break.
I can't keep saying that I didn't mean this to happen.
So I'm supposed to believe that it wasn't deliberate? I mean, seriously?
Maybe if you'd just all let her explain.
Well, go ahead, knock yourself out. I can't, can I? I'm stupid. I need the work and I thought I was going to lose my job.
Get it wrong then, didn't you? Guess you were back in. God help me.
Yay me.
Don't bother coming in tomorrow. You're fired.
Dawn, could you? I was just about to tell her.
Oh, forgive me if I don't believe you. You've had the whole afternoon. You don't do that to people.
Where the hell do you get off passing judgment after everything you've put me through?
Unusual. Do you want one more?
Yeah. Here we go.
Sorry, I'm proud.
Ed came winding up before. I backed off.
Good girl.
Well, I was tempted for obvious reasons. Listen, are you and Moira okay, by the way?
Yeah, we're fine. Thanks.
Come inside it. Come inside. Penalty.
Oh, come on!
She didn't touch him.
Hey, ref's decision is final. All yours, son.
I've never done this before.
You'll be fine. Be the boy.
Go. Go get him, Sam.
Go on, Paddy. Go on, Paddy.
It's a miracle.
Should he be doing that with his arm?
Absolutely. Considering it's in perfect working order.
How did it go? With the confession?
You do not want to know. They can all stuff themselves, especially Harriet.
That bad, yeah?
Seriously, Ryan, I've had enough.
Good day at school.
Yeah, usual.
Not exactly what I call a detailed progress report. I'm making sure we communicate.
Right, well, if anything interesting happens, we're the first to know.
Yeah, better than nothing, I suppose.
Right, what is it with you and that phone?
Nothing. Right. I've joined a dating site.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing serious, it's just a bit of fun.
Right, well, don't worry, go for it. You deserve to be happy.
Oh, thanks.
So, any luck so far?
Well, I've had 2 messages, but, nothing I'm that bothered about, really, at the moment, Gabby. Hi, Harriet, hi. How's the collection going?
Oh, we did pretty well with a banquet tomorrow. You haven't seen Dawn around, have you?
No, not recently, isn't it a day off?
Thanks to me, she's going to be having a whole lot more of those. Never mind, if you see it, can you please tell her that I'm going to keep looking for her until she calls me?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
It's alright not knowing whether I'm overdoing it. I mean, I just want to get better.
Sounds to me like you should be letting her lead on this one.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Well, I can't tell what I've been doing already.
Ah, right. Well, if you can tell, then you've been bothering her more than you think. We're men, we're insensitive, we don't know how women feel, blah, 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 blah. So if you can already tell, then double it.
Is that what May tells you, is it?
To be fair, she rarely criticises. All my past relationships, on the other hand.
Hey, what a good afternoon.
Yeah, I've been getting some rest, actually. I need it for the early starts.
Sorry.
I've decided to go back to work.
Good. If you're ready.
Oh, thought I was going to get a bit more of a fight about it.
You your best. So your arm isn't even hurt?
Well, not exactly.
Do you want to explain what's going on?
Okay, then, look, I'm sorry.
Save the apologies and tell us why you lied.
The camper van's been repossessed. I'm homeless.
All right, so you thought you'd blag a freebie here?
Well, that's not the way I'd put it.
So how would you put it?
Well, maybe it is, if I were being a bit, glasses half empty.
You couldn't just ask, Paddy, I need a roof over me, can you help?
Well, to be fair, son, I don't know you that well, do I? Supposing you'd said no.
Then I just said no, and that's the risk you take if you want to be part of someone's life. You don't scam them to keep your options open.
Well, could I? How could I tell you I'd failed? It's me, Bear Wolf. The wrestler wanting to throw your family, your whole family for years.
You guys move in the club! Do you know that you're digging yourself a hole here, don't you?
Just let me try and put this in my own words. I really wanted to try and get to know you, to impress you even because you're my dad and everything, but today I've learned that you are a freeloader, you're a lech, and you're a liar.
Is this the bit where you say that you stole your dad and that's all that matters?
No, this is the bit where I tell you to go away. We've got a new baby coming. We'll let you in our house. You've ruined the memorial, and you lied.
Well, where am I supposed to go?
It's not my problem. Get your stuff and go.
Well, they're back for more fun in the sun, but for the last time, unfortunately, the brand new and final series of the Durrells starts Sunday at 8. And tomorrow afternoon, Ed Chamberlain and Francesca Comani are here with coverage of the big one. The Grand National Festival is live from 2. We're off to the coals of Coronation Street next.
Here's to family. Jane sponsors Emmerdale.
Not all family. This house is a freak show. Please make yourself at home.
There's no combination of
Look at that. That is incredible. Barely a ripple in those glasses. Not a single drop spill. Okay, what a difference compared to the spring mattress we tested. See how the Sleep Origins mattress dramatically...
Tuesdays at 9:45 on Channel 4 between now and 4.
Brand new challenge returns to E4 on Tuesday the 16th of April, and to get you in the supernatural mood, we're throwing it back for a classic 90s epic.
Damn it!
Shh, keep it down. I just got Chris to sleep.
Well, if you were here to help me, you know, that would maybe help.
Yes, and I will do that. But first, I need to make sure why it's okay at preschool. Have you seen the phone?
Preschool? Don't you mean magic school?
No, I mean preschool. We enrolled him last week, remember?
You didn't tell me that. Did you?
Yes. And you said you were worried about him using magic in public.
Oh. And what'd you say?
I said I was worried about him having a normal life.
Alright, cool. I'm all up to speed now. It's just with these charges and these demons attacking. Hey, I'm a little scattered.
And that's different how exactly?
I just don't know why the elders couldn't see fit to give me a local witch instead of a New Zealand witch.
I don't know, but I need the phone.
No, no using the phone.
Why are all the handsets up here?
Because I am trying to prevent a demon attack.
What?
Look, all of the attacks have been different, right? And all the demons have had different powers. The one thing I've noticed is that every time the phone rings, a demon attacks.
Really dumb. Phoebe called earlier and nothing happened.
Really? Stop the jingling already. I'll be there as soon as I can. Charges.
You might be right about that phone thing. It's preschool. I've never been.
Well, I am more interested in these demons and what they wanted and try to figure out how to vanquish them. It just doesn't sound right. Why would demons attack when the phone rang? And they're all different demons, remember? The last one even looked kind of human. Better add some mandrake root in case they're shapeshifters.
I think the last attack happened when the preschool called too, didn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Do you think Wyatt is creating these demons? That's ridiculous. Well, he created the